What's going on, y'all? It's Treese here. I'm here with Chris. I'm here with Ant, and welcome to the Go to Work podcast. Here, you're going to see three dudes who just love basketball, and we just want to spread positivity throughout the love of the game.
Yeah, I mean, hey, this is what we've been planning. We've been wanting to do this forever. We're finally, getting it started. So follow us on all our socials. I'll put them in the description. They'll be everywhere. We're very excited about this though.
Very excited. It's going to be supernatural. We do this for fun every single day. So we're already fluent in conversation. So it's just going to be good hoops, good discussions, and happy to see where it goes.
Yes, sir. So without further ado, the first episode with the basketball season coming up, we got our preseason rankings. So we're good. At my
Yeah.
30 spot, I got the Nets. I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory. This is a young team. They don't have a lot of direction right now. They got a lot of young playmakers, but Cam Johnson and MPJ on the same team, I'm not sure how that's really going to work. They weren't the greatest with defensive rating as they were 26 and they were 28th in offensive rating. So I don't see that really moving. And that's why I have them at 30 right now.
Yeah, I also have them at 30. I don't think they're too great. I will get into the rookies though. I do love the draft classes, so I want to bring up the rookies. They drafted four guys that are just like the exact same build, like four, 6'5", 6'6" guards that all do a bit of everything, more on the playmaking side. But yeah, no, it's like we like Demon at 8. We could talk about Igor Demon after. They got Drake Powell at 22. They got Ben Seraph at 26. They got Danny Wolf at 27 or 28, whatever it was. And that was their
Yeah.
class. You can go in with that, whatever you guys think. Chris, what do you think about the Nets?
I actually had the Nets at my 29. I had the Jazz at 30. And I'm thinking more so towards the future, but to the immediate season coming up. I feel like the Jazz are going to have almost like a wasted season because they do have on paper the better players, but I feel like they haven't really built an identity or put any steps towards that. They have some vets they have to get rid of. Colin Sexton, Lowry, Walker Kessler can all be moved to, expel yourself to the future. I feel like the Nets kind of took that step this year, and that's why I put them at 29 because, as you guys said, they drafted all of those playmaking big combo guards, shifting towards what the modern NBA is kind of looking like. And I like that. I like the MPJ pickup just solely to build some identity, have a star come in and shoot 20 a game alongside Cam Thomas. So I like the steps they're taking. So I gave them the slight edge over Utah.
That's fair. But at the end of the day, they both dumb whack. So what does it
They
even
both suck
matter?
at the end of
Yeah,
the day.
word. But he had them at 30, the Jazz. I have the Jazz at 29. Really a lot of the stuff that he said. And a quick disclaimer, Colin Sexton did get moved to the Charlotte Hornets, so he is all the way
They
up
did.
out of there. So, but just like he said, Free Walker Kessler, in my opinion, free Laurie Markkinen. These are two players who need to go somewhere and compete because they have a lot of talent, and I feel like it's just rotting away in Utah right now. They just
Yeah.
need to go. They just need to go in the direction where they need to completely just restart.
Yeah, no, definitely. For Kessler, so Kessler's been kind of like the newer Miles Turner, where he's in trade talks every single deadline and nothing gets done.
Yeah.
The Jazz came out and said that they want multiple firsts for Kessler, so it's a pretty high price point. I don't know if any teams are going to reach that, but we see teams that are in need for a center, especially this year, like the Pacers, like the Celtics. Lakers were, but they got Aiton. So yeah, Kessler's in a really weird spot. I don't know, and
Yeah,
Utah's not too great. I also have them at 29.
So
that's
they were
fair.
Yeah.
they were top five or top six in rebounding, but other than that,
They-
they really didn't play too well.
Yeah, no, that's
Keontae
fair.
George
Yeah.
had his ups and downs. They really
And
don't
then,
have a
yeah.
solidified direction.
Yeah, for sure. And then like the young talent, which we could talk about a bit. Ace, they got at 4. We like Ace. We could talk
Yeah.
all day about Ace Bailey. The character issues, whatever. He's a good
He'll be all
talent.
right.
He's a
He'll be all
Yeah.
right.
big scoring talent. One of the best scorers in all the college basketball last year. He was a freak. Walter Clayton,
Yeah,
they
For
got in the
sure.
for
second
sure.
round. He was also a freak offensively.
He
Won the
could
national
he has the
title.
Oh,
rat. He could really,
Yeah,
yeah.
he won the national
He was
title
phenomenal
at
in the tournament
Florida.
too.
Insane. And then like Collier, he was good last year from USC. Kyle Flip, we know
yep,
Kyle Flip, good
Yeah.
player.
yep,
Keontae Hendricks, those guys, they have a good youth, but I don't know what their future really holds for them. If Keontae is going to be their point guard, two guard moving forward for the future, I don't know.
for
Yeah.
sure. And I'm not gonna leave Utah without bringing up my guy, Bryce Sensabaugh. I feel like he is one of the better younger guys on that team who could prosper. And if Utah goes in a direction where they want to start competing again, I feel like having him on your team is really good stepping stone for sure. But this is the ass off, so we're not going to spend too
Yeah.
much time on this. Let's get to
Yeah.
number 28. And at my number 28, I have the Washington Wizards. And it's a similar story. You know, this is just a really young team. They had a pretty solid draft. I like what they did in the offseason, getting Chris Middleton and CJ McCollum. They did a great job with that. I feel like having Trey Johnson around scorers like that, I feel like he's going to pick up on things pretty fast. And
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah,
I was
no.
gonna wait to talk
You got
about
it,
the
Chris.
Wizards because I have them a little bit higher, but you didn't mention that they did get Cam Whitmore. That's a very pivotal thing for them.
Cam's
I
a
feel like
bucket.
he could excel to
mm-hmm,
a 22 point per game scorer if he gets the keys to Washington. But
mm-hmm.
I am going to save my positive words for Washington when I get there.
Yeah.
But my 28, I had Charlotte, and excusing my blunder before they did get Colin Sexton. I don't see the direction in them either. I don't know how long they're going to commit to the LaMelo experiment. Taylor still does have progressing to do. We haven't seen truly what he can become yet. I believe in his talent. I think he is very diverse as a player. Other than that, I don't see what they're trying to do whatsoever. They rotated like three bigs out the door. They got rid of Nick Richards. They got rid of Mark Williams.
Mm-hmm.
They had Nurkic for 5 seconds, got rid of him too.
Yep.
I don't really see the direction.
Yeah. And
So
then when
Yeah.
when Miles Bridges is your vet, you are in trouble.
yeah,
Just
Miles
put it
LaMelo are
simply.
your vets.
Yeah.
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 That's
I
hilarious.
also have the Hornets at 28. Quick thing. I probably pretty much agree with you, Chris. But the rookies, Con Kneppel, he's disgusting at Duke. Someone could
Liam
make the
McNeely
argument he
too.
was as good as Cooper Flag. He was disgusting, man. Great in the tournament, good player. They got him at 5 or 6 overall. They got him very high. He is very, very
Hmm.
good, man. And they also got my guy Liam McNeely, who I like a lot, shooter at a
Yes.
Yes,
UConn.
sir.
So just
Mm-hmm.
like decent rooks that can go out there and hopefully give him some decent minutes. They're not going to be too great, so whatever
Yeah.
you could really get out of them.
No, for sure.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was number 28.
They also won the summer
And
league,
we're
but
on.
yeah,
Yeah,
they did win the
that
summer
just
league.
shows how good
They
that
did
that
win the
just shows
Yeah,
summer
how
league.
good
I
the
still
young
say
they
guys
that.
did.
are, though. That's just a
Concaneppel
testament to the things that
21,
we're saying.
21, 5 and 2 in the final.
That's
Yeah, he
lovely.
hooped. He really did hoop.
That
He
is
got
very
MVP, no?
lovely.
I think so. I
Did
don't remember.
he get Summer League Finals MVP?
Maybe. We should know that. I don't know.
Who knows? It's the ass off. Anyway,
Yeah,
They're
we're.
number
terrible.
27. Who wants to kick it off?
I'll kick off number 27. At the number 27 spot, I have the New Orleans Pelicans. With these bottom tier teams, we're gonna see a common trend. The Pelicans actually love what they did in the draft, picking up Derek Queen and Jeremiah
Yes.
Fears as well. And then in the offseason, picking up Jordan Poole. So with the difference between New Orleans and the other teams that we just stated, I can kind of see a direction that they're going. You
Hmm.
got your scorer. You got Jeremiah Fears, whatever you want to do with him. He's very interchangeable. He's a student of the game. And then Derek Queen as well. That's one of the guys that you just can't teach that at that size. He has great footwork, great offensive bag. And I feel like being in the NBA, his defense is only going to progress. So with that said, I got New Orleans at my 27 spot.
Chris, he
How
got a
tall is Derek
27.
Queen?
He's
I
I
like
think
also have
6'10, 6'11.
I think he is
yeah,
listed around 6'10", 6'11".
Yeah,
yeah, because I also have the Pelicans in my 27 for pretty much the same exact reasons as Jaden. I really love the Jeremiah Fears Derek Queen pickup. I didn't really know what they were gonna do after they traded Brandon Ingram to Toronto last year, but I really like how they retooled. They also got Kevon Looney, another backup big around
dope.
Zion.
Yep,
And like you said, they have their scorer, they have the young talent. Now, this year will be the year we start to see where their direction is heading. So
for sure.
Yeah, I also had them at
they're
a.
escaping the ass off.
Yeah, they are. They have a direction. I also have them at 27. One guy we didn't mention was Trey Murphy, who's absolutely
Sir, that's my
Yes.
disgusting.
dog.
Slowly
Mm-hmm.
becoming his team, maybe. It depends on what they end up doing with Zion. He is gross.
They still have Herbert Jones too.
And Herb for elite
Yeah.
defense, yeah. In 53 games, he averaged 21, 5, and 3. Like just insane
Mm.
numbers. He was shooting the
Yep.
lights out of the ball.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the saying. Yeah. He's really good. And he's one of their best players, if not their best player.
For sure. And just to stay
23,
on the
24.
Pelicans a little bit longer, we didn't even bring up the fact that they have DeJounte Murray, who is coming back for the next season. So
Yeah.
they're not the greatest team compared to the other 25 teams that we have here. But you can tell that they have some type of direction. And honestly, when healthy, it's not a team that you really want to fuck with. They still got Zion. They still got Herb. They picked up Jordan Poole. Their rookies are going to see great clock. I'm low key excited to see what they do this season, but the NBA is just changing. There's so many better players, so many better
Yeah.
teams out
Yeah.
there.
If they
I
were in
I
the
gotta leave
East,
them here.
I would debate they could be a top 7 seed, but the West is just too much.
Yeah.
They
You're
need a
dealing
couple
with
Yeah,
the
more years to be
West.
competitive.
yeah,
And if
that's
we
for
could
sure.
somehow get a healthy Zion for like 60 games, that's a win in general, even if they're not competitive.
Absolutely.
Just
Yeah,
Zion playing is one of the most fun players to see in the whole league.
yeah. So at my number 26 spot, we touched on them a little bit, but I have the Charlotte Hornets. It's just a really odd mesh of young and old guys. Like I said, they got LaMelo Ball there. Um, who else we got? They picked up Colin Sexton. Actually found
They still have
actually
Grant Williams on the roster.
pretty solid. Josh
And
Green is
Josh
there.
Green, yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm
It's just like a really weird roster. Like they have solid pieces, but it's like, what the hell are you gonna do with that? I also seen today they also have Spencer Dinwiddie. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
what is his purpose there when you have a LaMelo Ball, you have a Colin Sexton?
Trey
It's
Man.
just weird.
And
Yeah,
Trey
Trey
Man, I
Man,
was gonna say.
that's our dog. OKC guys, you already
Yeah.
know. But yeah, they're just it's just a really weird mesh of a team. They have less of a direction than New Orleans to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
My
20. Oh, you got it,
26.
Chris. You're good.
Nah, go ahead. Tell you.
All
I'll
right.
go
My
last.
26, we already talked about them. I'll be quick. Was the Wizards. I had them a bit higher. I just like the future a lot. I like the young pieces are sick. I'm a Texas guy, so Trey Johnson is a dog. Best pure scorer in the whole draft last year over Ace. I don't care. Year three,
Statistically, he was.
I guess statistically he actually was, but year three
Yeah.
B-Law's gonna be sick because he's just a defensive freak. Getting the offense
Mhm.
slowly
Mm.
in, just athletic, good slasher at the rim. Bub looked good in year one. See what Bub could look like in year two. Maybe develop the three a bit
Yeah.
more. But he's playing his own game. He
Mhm.
he works his game well. We talked about Whitmore, year two Sar, who looked quite solid in
I'm
year
very
one.
excited for him.
So yeah,
Yes.
year two Sar looks solid. Just great rim protector. I still think he shoots too many threes, but maybe that's just me. But
Mhm.
He shot
he's
37%.
solid. Just a lot of attempts, dude. I feel like you got to get downhill.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fair.
you get the
Yeah,
toughness down low as you get
yeah, but
older in the NBA.
the the rim protecting is real though. I think he could turn into one of the best rim
Oh yeah.
protectors in the league. He's a
Oh
freak.
yeah, definitely. Like I said, I'm gonna wait to talk about the Wizards, but I agree.
Yeah, and also Kaishan George. But yeah, we'll get there when we get there.
Hmm
Nah, for sure. At my 25 spot,
Hey,
Oh
I
I'm
didn't do
wait,
my
take.
Chris
26.
got to do his 26. Chris got to do
Oh,
his
my fault, family.
26.
My
It's
fault,
fine.
family. I'm perping. I'm perping. I'm
It's
perping.
all good. Y'all probably gonna disagree with it anyway, but I have the Phoenix Suns, and
Wow.
admittedly, it is in part due to their financial restrictions and their situation. They made it better by getting rid of that KD contract, but I really don't see where they're going to
And
commit and
and
how they're
Bradley
going to
Beal.
manage.
Yeah, and Bradley
Yeah,
Beal.
and Bradley
And the
Beal.
draft
Yeah,
capital sucks, but yeah,
that's a huge payload to get off. But as far as the financial side and the apron side, that gets very technical. You can move a couple players and drop out of that. For what they have now, I don't really believe in the Jalen Green Devin Booker fit. I don't think it makes sense. If you had Bradley Beal next to Devin Booker, besides age, play style wise, I don't know. And Jalen Green has come up short in the playoffs a lot. Not that the Suns are really going to sniff much real playoff basketball, but still, I don't know. They have Dylan Brooks now. That's pretty decent for them. I like that. They have Mark Williams, or did
yeah.
they get Nick Richards?
Yeah,
They do have Mark
they got
They
Williams.
Mark. They got
they have
Mark over
both.
there. They got
They have
both.
both.
They got
Oh,
both
Yeah,
of them.
they did get both. I was
And
like,
they got
wait, yeah,
Kaman Maluach out of the draft, which I thought
from
was really
Duke.
well. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
good
not gonna
pick.
talk too much on the Suns right now
I'll wait
because
till
I
I
have them a
get
little
there.
bit higher.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure. But we'll respect that.
yeah.
yeah.
It makes sense,
Let's
dude.
move
They're
on to
Yeah.
so
25
yeah. You go to 25.
for
All right.
sure. At my 25 spot, I got the Chicago Bulls. I mean, this team is just they lack depth, and they're one of their stronger players. Their second best player on the team. He's like 35 years old, and Nikola Vucevic. He's still producing pretty good numbers, but it's like, how much more are you going to get out of him, and for how much longer? I'm feeling really bad for Kobe White because he's starting to hit his peak. He's starting to hit his prime, and I don't feel like they're really building a good enough roster around him to help him win. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
So, in a nutshell, that's why I'm going to keep them at the 25 spot. But they definitely have potential to be better. You know?
yeah. I also have him at 25, and not to add much, but uh, yeah, the rookie they added, which is Noah Essengay. He was all right. He's the guy that
Okay.
got punched on by Johnny Furphy, which is
Yes,
that
sir.
crazy picture we saw.
Famously.
But he's a French kid. I think just higher, just freak athlete, athleticism, stuff like that. They did get Isaac Okoro for
Yes, they
defense.
did.
That was an
I
Alonso
have that
trade.
here.
Got rid of Alonso, got Okoro, give you some
Hmm.
defense. And I just have a question. What do we see happening with Vus? Because Vus has been on this team. The Bulls have been trying to trade him for like 3 years now, and they just
And
can't get
the crazy
anything
thing is,
done.
he produces. So it's I don't know why they can't find a trade partner because he does produce, especially for his age.
Yeah,
I like
I think
Vuce's game.
I think that's the problem though. It's his age. He is just getting up there in the age.
and the
Do we
salary,
really
I
want to take a
believe.
risk on that? Yeah, he's probably gonna want some money because, like you said, he is producing. So it is a little tough. I did want to bring up some of the bench pieces that the Bulls have. I want to see a jump with Ayo Dosunmu this year. I feel like he's been there for a
Hmm.
while, and I think that he can do something really good over there. And
Hmm.
I'm most excited for Matas Buzelis. He had a pretty
I was
okay,
waiting to say it.
yeah, yeah. Nah, he had a pretty okay rookie season, but I feel like with players going, I feel like the door is going to open for him. He's going to make some big moves this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is actually the first slot we all agreed on because I also have the Bulls at 25
Okay.
for most of the same reasons. I think Vuce, to answer Anthony's question, I think they're gonna play him to increase his trade value, which I said he has been consistent, but just to show that he could still produce for the rest of this, maybe somebody like the Warriors could pick him up, send a little package over. I actually, honestly, it wouldn't even be far-fetched to predict a Vucevic and Kuminga swap, if I'm right about that.
That would be disgusting.
You
Wouldn't
called it.
I was gonna
Hey,
say
what's today?
but
he is such a warrior. He is such a
it's
warrior,
Yeah,
looking like,
man.
yeah,
yeah. Actually,
especially if they don't get offered. Yeah.
yeah, for sure. Funny little tangent, actually. Back in the trade deadline for the 25 season when it was going crazy, on X, I got hit by Sharms, not to be mistaken with Shams. Sharms let me know that
Arm
Nikola
Sharonda.
Vucevic was a Golden State Warrior, and I thought that was end all be all. Lock him in for the chip, but I got hit to put it in a nutshell. But yeah, we all got Chicago at our 25.
Yep.
Glad that we could agree with that there.
That's
We could
yeah.
move on.
Yes, we can.
Yeah, not much else to say.
Yeah,
I
nah,
want to
for
see
sure.
Io and Matas hoop. Io's
Yeah,
great defensively. Maybe
Kobe White.
could
We
get the
brought
three
up.
ball
Oh,
down a
I
little
mean
more.
Giddy. If Giddy is gonna
Giddy.
stay,
Yeah,
good.
Giddy, yes.
he probably will.
You get out of Giddy. He's a good player.
Yeah,
Defense.
Giddy
for
built the
sure.
chemistry with them over there. Giddy, Matas, Kobe, they got a
I
little
guess they
chemistry
do.
going on.
Let's go.
All right.
So
Jaden,
at
you
the
want to kick
20,
24?
of course. Let's keep that. Me, Chris, Ant. We like
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
I'm with
Let's
it.
do it.
Let's do it.
Kick off 24 for us.
Nah, for sure. So at my 24 spot, and I'm honestly not mad if you put this team a little bit higher. I got the Toronto Raptors. I see them as more of a sleeper, but the reason why I'm not putting them as high is because of injuries. Injuries are just a part of the game, and for the Toronto Raptors, their best players have experienced that. With Scotty Barnes, we didn't see a lot of him last year due to injury. Brandon Ingram, the same thing. Funny enough, the
Hmm.
game that I bet on him for 10 points, he got hurt. Didn't clear for me. Unfortunate, but it's all
Lucky.
right. Yeah, but pairing them together when they're healthy, I really like that tangent. I like the point forward in Scotty Barnes that complements Brandon Ingram's scoring really well. And I think picking up Brandon Ingram will make that team so much deeper. They also picked up David Roddy. I really like that for them. And they took my guy Sandro
Yeah,
Mamaskulashvili.
they did.
Yeah, that was tough. But these are
Sir.
pieces that can make them a very competitive team. And then you still got Grady Dick, you still got Oche Abaji, you still got Jamal Shee, the guys around him guys around that team that can just make them really good. They can make them sleepers for sure. So I'm just saying, don't sleep on them. But for the sake of injuries, I'm gonna leave them at 24
Don't sleep on them, but you can take a nap. It's okay.
for sure.
All right. My 24th spot was the Blazers. And just to start off, my first point being if Dame was playing this year, that would bump him probably a good 4 or 5 spots higher. But unfortunately, he isn't. They do, however, have Drew Holiday. They still do have a lot of solid pieces, and it's been like that for them for a few years now. They've had like these vet pieces, even when they had like Malcolm Brogdon. They still have Rob Will rotting on the bench over there. They had Drew in the past, got Drew back again. They have Matisse. They got rid of Simons. They have a really good big man room now. They got
For
rid of
sure.
Ayton,
Yeah,
his bum ass. So Young, Donovan Clingan, I think is a very good big man duo to have. I think they're gonna start building a little something there, but it's the same thing I've really been saying about them. It's just transitioning more to they have a lot of young pieces. Who's going to be the guys? Who's going to have what roles? So they're still in that sub 25 range for me, but I like what they're doing. They seem a little less bleak in the future as opposed to 2 years ago.
Yeah. Jaden, if you want, you could say what you
I'm
want
gonna
about the Blazers. Blazers.
I'm gonna hold my tongue because I have them spots higher than where Chris does. So when I get there, I'll
I
get there.
did forget to mention Scoot Henderson.
And
I'm not a
Shaden Sharp
hater. I'm not a
and Denny
huge,
Avdia
huge believer.
and
Yeah,
Matisse
yeah,
Thybulle.
yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Don't
Like
get Jaden
my
started on
point
the
being,
Blazers.
they have a whole roster
Like
of just like who's going to be the guys to do what. They
Jeremy
have their
Grant.
defenders,
Jeremy
Jeremy
Grant.
Grant. They have a loaded roster of
Kamani
just
Kamara.
great role players. And Scoot, who knows if Scoot can become that and start to lead that team and really build an identity for himself as a real one option. Because I like his playmaking, I like his athleticism, his decision making, and his confidence. I think have been his two biggest issues since he's came into the league. But I do like what they have going on. I would rank them a little higher if there were more established roles. And like you still have to get rid of those vets like Rob Will. What is he still doing there? Things like that. But they can be good in the future. They really can.
Yeah,
Danny
yeah, yeah.
Avdia is a very good Swiss Army knife of a player. I like what they got going on. And when Dame comes back, they actually could be a top 17 team, 16 team, maybe towards the middle.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I have to say about
Yeah,
them.
no. I'll also save
I see
my
Jaden just
Blazer
itching over
talk.
there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll also save
Yo,
my
bro.
Blazer talk because I have him a bit higher. Not as high as
Oh, you
Jaden, but
too?
I got him a bit higher. But
Ah,
my
okay.
24 we just talked about was the Suns, and I pretty much agree with everything you guys were saying. I did want to shout out two guys though, and one of them was my guy Ryan Dunn
Okay.
for the
Mm,
Suns,
Yes, sir.
who is pretty good. He was a rookie last year. He averaged seven and
phenomenal on
four.
defense.
Yeah, he averaged 7 and 4, which
Yeah.
is like okay for rookie offensively. Defensively, he is insane. He punched it on Giannis. He's an athlete. He could
I was
dunk. He could
Yeah,
tough.
he did.
slash like crazy.
Hmm.
He's unbelievable defensive IQ. So I really like Ryan Dunn. And I think he was starting a good amount of games there, but I want to see him be like a hopefully a full-time starter. But also wanted to shout out was Dylan Brooks because I feel like he's very hated, I guess, in like normal
Yeah.
NBA media. But he's like solid. Like the Grizzlies' good year in 2022, he was averaging 19,
Yeah.
which I feel like no
Yeah.
one really talks
Yeah.
about. Last year, he was averaging 14 with playing his elite, you could call, I guess, very good defensive, just defense in general.
Yeah.
And he also shot the three ball very, very well last year. So I want
Yeah,
to,
that's what I was gonna say. Every team needs a guy like him, and when your scrappy guy and your glue guy and like your motor is also one of your best shooters, that really does help a team. So I think Dylan Brooks does bring a lot more than people give him credit for because of, the antics. But it's decent. We'll see where they go. But
yeah.
Sure. Does that wrap up everybody's 24 spot?
that does wrap up
Yep.
24, yes.
Perfect. So Ant actually played D Wade here, and I'm LeBron because at my 23 spot, I have the Phoenix Suns. And
Hmm.
it's a lot of what Ant was saying, what you guys were saying, but they're weird to put it in a nutshell. They're a weird team. They're lacking a point guard really, really bad. I see Devin Booker taking that role for the season. And honestly, I'm not mad at it at all because a couple seasons ago, he actually played point guard for the entire season. And
He did.
in those 68 games, they went 45 and 23, and Devin Booker was averaging 27 and 7 on only 2.5 turnovers. So
Elite.
he played the role pretty damn well. And who's to say he's not going to be able to do that again? You're putting shooters around him like Grayson Allen, Dylan Brooks, Royce O'Neal, Jalen
Hmm.
Green. In my opinion, is a great addition to that team because he's a young guy and he has things that you can't teach. Freak athlete. He's a tough shot maker, although a tough shot taker. He has the ability to make those tough shots. So I just feel and what their front court is incredible to me. I love the pickup with Kamal Maluwatch. I feel like that was a great pickup for them.
Yeah.
I'm very high on Nick Richards. He got me paid a couple times last
Yes, he
season.
did.
So shout out to him. Mark Williams as well. When I was rooting for Braun and them, I really wanted him to be in a Lakers jersey
Should have been a
because
Laker.
I,
Still should have been a Laker, but
I strongly agree. I
He
feel like they
technically
could
was
have
for
did.
like an hour.
Yeah, but
yeah,
the fact that he ain't really lace up and play with them, that
don't
kind of
connect.
hurt. Yeah,
Anyways,
it's all right.
we'll get
But
to the Lakers.
yeah,
I
but
do
yeah,
want to
and
throw in, people do underestimate Devin Booker's playmaking severely. If you look at his assist numbers, they've been 5, 6 for years,
and
7 when he was really playing point guard,
yeah,
8. He really has been diving the ball, and I hate when I talk to casuals and they're like, Devin Booker's not a point guard. Devin Booker can't pass, but he's a scorer. I'm like, bro, watch games, please.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he,
'Cause Devin Booker
he can
really
do it
has
all.
taken on that role.
he's that guy. He is indeed that guy, and I'm excited to see what he does with a different team this season. So
That's the
in a
Chris Paul
nutshell,
effect.
yes, sir.
True.
That's my 23 for sure,
Yeah,
though.
I also feel like people just like forget how good Devin Booker is. Like we talked about the
Yeah,
Yeah,
playmaking, but I feel like just in general,
he's just
like the
nice.
Suns weren't good last year with
Hmm.
KD, with Bradley Beal, whatever. Devin
hmm
Booker's still very, very good. One of the best players in the whole league. So just,
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
been
Devin
top
Booker's
four in
it's
his position for years. Like,
yeah,
yeah.
Devin Booker's a dog, man.
yeah. One of my
Anyways,
guys.
Chris, who you got at 23?
Yeah.
At my 23, I feel like you guys are also going to disagree with this. I have the Memphis Grizzlies,
Ooh.
and if you could put like the Memphis Grizzlies roster into one sentence, I feel like they've overstayed their welcome. I don't think the Ja Morant, Jaren Jackson, and pluggable role players thing is going to work. I don't necessarily think they have to get rid of Ja, but something has to change. I feel like they got very close 2 years ago to reestablishing that grit and grind Grizzlies culture. That team with Dylan Brooks, Tyus Jones, it was very fun. I feel like they've taken a step back from then. Yeah, this team, that was fun.
Yeah, yeah, I
I
love
feel
that
like they've
team.
taken a step back. And I might be a little biased because we made them look like a JV team in the playoffs. But I just don't see
Right.
their ability to compete with the top teams. So I have them lower than y'all probably might.
For sure.
Yeah. Well, when we get there, we'll really, tell
Yeah.
you about what we
Yeah,
got going.
we could go into the roster and
I got a whole
everything.
page for them boys, but
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, no,
They
I
picked
mean,
up KCP, right?
Yes, they
Within
did.
and
in the
Ty
Desmond
Jerome.
Bain
And Ty
trade,
Jerome,
Ty
they
Jerome.
got him too. Zach
Yeah.
Yep.
Edey is still. We'll get
Zach
there.
Edey, of
Yeah, yeah,
We'll
course.
get
yeah.
there.
You're
We'll
too
get there.
easy. We'll talk
We'll
about
get
it.
there. I just don't
My
trust them to
oh,
compete. That's it.
yeah,
I'm
we'll
done. Go
we'll
ahead.
get over there.
Yeah.
Don't worry. My 23 was Toronto, and we talked about Toronto already. BI, whatever, quickly Barrett, Scotty. So yeah, I have them quite low. Maybe they can compete in the East, but if anything, it'd be like a fringe play in the play-in most likely. But maybe they could fight for an actual seed. But anyways, one guy I want to shout out, my guy Jamal Shed. He's
Yes,
just this
sir.
dog, man.
Yes,
Six
sir.
foot point guard out of Houston, going into his second year. Just good ball handler and great passing IQ. The scoring ain't really there yet. He averaged 7 and 4 in 20 minutes, so it's not terrible as a rookie. He has a 6 foot point guard, so the defense isn't, you know, he's a
Incredible.
liability-ish because of the height.
Yeah.
But he's a
Mhm.
very good playmaker, and I think one guy I'm most definitely investing in because I think he's going to impact the Raptors bench for sure.
I
Yeah.
like it. I'm
Yeah.
big on Jamal Shed as well. I'm excited to see what they do with him this season for sure.
Yeah. And
Okay.
then,
Does that wrap up 23?
yeah, we can go right into
I
22.
believe. And at my 22 spot, I have the Sacramento Kings.
hmm
Sacramento Kings, they're all right. I just don't think that they have enough to be competitive. Outside of their big three, I don't see a lot of scoring, with the exception of Malik Monk, of course. But two of the three of those guys, they are aging, especially DeMar DeRozan. He's going into his 16th year, I believe, 16th or 17th year in the league. So he's
Yeah, what is he,
definitely getting,
36,
yeah,
35?
he's definitely getting up there in age, and he's a mid-range legend, one of the greatest scorers the game has ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
It's inevitable, but it's just for how much longer, you know what I'm saying? And honestly, I feel like they need to do something with Domantas Sabonis, man. I feel
Yeah.
like his years there, like he's getting up there in age as well, and it's just what are we gonna do? Like what's their direction? They have a solid team around. I feel like they need another star slash superstar to really get them over that hump. But because of the lack of the star power, they're not that deep of a team. I'm leaving them right there at 22.
I actually, I also have the Kings at 22, but I have a different take on them than you do. I
Okay.
feel like they're deeper than you're giving them credit for. They do still have Keegan Murray. Malik Monk is one of the best explosive scorers off the bench in the NBA. Zach LaVine, very good scorer, premier player, top five in his position, six, if you're not being too generous to him. Debo's been doing it. I mean, when it gets to that type of, longevity and you're in your mid 30s still hooping, you got to assume he's going to do it again till he doesn't do it again. He's hit a lot of clutch shots even up to this date
That
in
is very
time.
true. That is very true.
Sabonis has established himself as, the centerpiece engine of the team just in terms of the play style and the system that they run. And they got Keegan Murray still, like I said. But I have them this low for the same reasons you do. Where they going? What is
Yeah.
their direction? At some point, you are gonna have to dump off the vets. They are very close to getting Russell Westbrook. If that was to potentially happen, I'd like that for them. I don't think it moved me too much. Russell Westbrook is my favorite player ever, but can't keep stacking on vets. We've learned in the modern NBA that doesn't work,
Yeah.
and they're not going to find themselves again and learn how to get back to being competitive until all of those guys go away. So I don't
Hmm.
expect much of them next season. They have a better roster than all of these teams below the 20 spot, in my opinion, but
Hmm.
I don't see them going far. They're playing
I have a
around
I
every
have a
year.
question for you. So you don't see Keegan Murray and Malik Monk in their starting five? Because I'm including them in the starting five. I
One of
see it.
them, one of them, but I think they like running Malik Monk off the bench. So I think Keegan Murray would be at the 3 to 4 most of the time.
Honestly, I can get down with that, especially with them picking up Dennis Schroeder. That's definitely an avenue they probably would like to go down. So
If they
maybe
keep him
so.
for more than 2 months.
Yeah, word. Because
Dennis
he's
Schroeder be
known journeyman. Yeah, he's
get him
passed
out of
around
here.
like a cheerleader for sure.
Yep.
Yep.
And
Remember he
who
was
you
so
got here,
hyped to
man?
go to the Warriors and he just got released in like a week.
I
Yeah,
like the Warrior
Guy
move
went
too.
on Twitter and
yeah,
everything.
that was great.
Who's your
Anyways,
22?
I actually okay. I get some flack here. We'll get there. But quick Kings talk. I have them quite high actually. We're gonna see it. I'll talk about them when I get there and kind of say why I have them there. But
Hmm.
my
Okay.
22 is the 76ers.
Ooh,
It's quite
Wow.
low, and I know that they got the big three, which is Maxey, Paul George, and Embiid, but they all can't play. They played 15 games together, and I don't know what the record was, but only 15 games. They all got to stay healthy, man. And I don't. I mean, I do like what they're building. I just have them low right now going into the season because we don't know what the health is going to look like. So maybe when we redo this All-Star break or pre-All-Star or whatever, and we could see where they are, I could rank them like appropriately, I guess. But right now,
hmm.
I got to see it before I can really
Fair
rank
to
them.
say. I think 22 is pretty harsh, but
Yeah, I mean,
I understand.
I do like the young guys. If Grimes is gonna stay, I like that a lot. VJ is great. We saw him at Baylor. We saw him in the summer league, giving
Yeah.
almost 40 or near 40. He might have got there.
Hmm.
He was going crazy. And then McCain coming off the injury, who looked was the rookie of the year favorite until he got hurt.
For
He
sure.
was.
For
So
sure.
they got good youth and a decent roster still with Drummond and Lowry, which are both aging-ish, but I mean they are aging, but you know, they give you okay minutes. But yeah, I have
For
them
sure.
quite low.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to talk too much on them because at my 21 spot, I have the Philadelphia
Oh, there you go.
76ers.
Wow,
Ain't
both
throwing
of you
more
guys.
lobs. Yeah, I'm pretty harsh on them. And the reason why I'm pretty harsh on them is because last year when they made all those fantastic moves that they did, getting Paul George and just getting that big three that Ant was just talking about
Kelly
together,
Oubre as well last
Kelly
offseason.
Oubre, yeah, then that's another great pickup. He is one of the better role players in the league. I'm always high on Kelly Oubre. He's always going to give you
Hmm.
16, 17 points a night on 5 or 6 rebounds. Just a high motor guy that you just love to have on
Couple
your
electric
team.
dunks, get downhill. Yeah.
Of course, like he's dope. But outside of that, the big three is the most important part. They're not available. I had Philly coming out of the East all the way last year, and they couldn't even fuck with the play-in. So I'm not gonna put that trust that I put in them last year because of the availability. And I wanted to throw a hot take out there. I feel like Jared McCain will be his most productive if he were to come off the bench. I feel like down the road in the future, let VJ be the starting one guy. Let him be that guy because he's more athletic. He's more reliable on defense. I think the scoring is going to come. I see him as like a Ant-Man light
Yeah.
if he hits his ceiling. So I would like him to run my show. Him and Reese Maxey, let them run the show and have Jared McCain come off the bench shooting 41, 42 from three, making the right plays. He's a very efficient basketball player. And I feel like having that as your second unit will definitely help them a lot. But that's down the road. Right
They
now,
do have Eric Gordon on that second unit too,
they
with
do
Kelly
it
Oubre.
exactly. So that would be really dope. But the availability is huge for me. They don't have Quentin Grimes as of today. That
They
plays a
may.
big factor. They may, but right now it's a no. So
They
that plays a
re-signed Lowry
factor
for
for
a year
me.
too, right? Kyle
Uh,
Lowry.
I believe
I
so. I'm
think
not too
so.
I think they did.
He's still on the
Yeah, he's
he's
still
still
on
on
They
the
the
gave him another
roster.
roster.
year because he
Hmm.
was a free agent this summer. I think they gave him another
Oh,
1 year.
okay.
But this is not 2019, unfortunately. So with
Good
all
vet,
that
but
said,
yeah,
yeah, I'm not too high on the Philadelphia.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have to show me.
Also, quick more Sixers. PG's on contract for 8 years. He signed a monster deal. I
Hmm.
think. Well, I think that for this year was his eighth year, so 7 years remaining. I'm pretty sure. And yeah, no, it's injuries and not too productive, at least for Paul George that we know.
Yeah,
Yes,
So yeah, it's
what he put up 17 last year? That's not.
yeah,
that's the lowest it's been probably since his rookie year or second year in
yeah,
the league.
I'd assume so, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
because that's not the Paul George we want to see, or I'm sure he doesn't want to see that either.
for sure.
yeah. I guess now it's time for me to be harsh because at my 21, I have the Boston Celtics,
Ooh,
and it's a big elephant in the room. It's not hard to say they lost their whole damn team.
yep.
I think that Tatum injury not only obviously depleted their roster, but kind of depleted like it's a mindset in basketball. Like the Boston Celtics have been playing to win for this whole decade, pretty much. Now all of a sudden your superstar goes down, you lose your other options. KP's gone, Drew's gone. They even lost their backup big. Luke Cornett's gone. They got Neemias Queta and Hood at the big. They have Simons right now. As of today, I have heard talks of him being moved again. I don't know. I'm gonna rank this as if he's still on the team. I don't think him and JB as one and two options is that good. Derek White is going to be their energy. Derek White is going to be the one if he's not scoring 25 points a game with Tatum out this whole year, they're really not going to win. If Derek White and Jaylen Brown's stats don't look similar, I can't see them doing anything. I think they're going to have like a repurpose kind of year because, like I said, this is their first time this decade not being competitive. Okay, so all in all, yeah, losing three out of your five best players really sucks. I think they're going to be in a rebranding, figure it out. What do we do this year? And that's what I got to say about the Celtics. Y'all might disagree, but I don't think they're going to be competitive. I'd be surprised if they make a top five seed.
They're not making no
And
damn 5 seed. I'll tell you that. They're
Yeah,
gonna be a playing team for sure.
I think they're gonna be around the
I,
play-in.
I want it to be nice, but their peak would be seven to me. They could sneak a seven seed because the East
I
is
agree.
whack. Right
It
now,
is
the East
whack.
is
Yeah,
wide open.
I agree.
But
They
that's
they
all I
I
got.
don't see them having a solidified playoff spot. Seven, I feel like is a good peak for them for sure.
That's
yeah.
all I got.
For my 21, I have the Indiana Pacers, which I'm kind of curious to see where you guys have the Pacers because, well, they're missing Tyrese Halliburton. They did
hmm
not re-sign Miles Turner. They let him walk. They didn't want to pay him the money he thought he was worth, so they didn't pay him then. And yeah, the roster without Tyrese isn't like their pieces are still nice, and I do like them. I like Nemhard. I like Neesmith. Siakam's obviously their
hmm
number one when it comes to scoring. Siakam's great. They did get our guy Jay Huff.
Yes, sir.
They
J
He's
Huff,
did.
J Huff or J Huff.
Jay Huff.
Okay,
We do love Jay Huff, and yeah, the pieces are they're good, but without Tyrese constructing and orchestrating the offense, it's definitely going to be some growing pains. And
Yeah, they lack their distributor and their closer. It's kind of hard
definitely,
to.
I do like Johnny
yeah,
Furphy though. I want to see
yeah.
if he could
Yeah,
jump. TJ probably going to start. Maybe actually might still come off the bench. I'm not sure what they
I,
want to do.
I would like him off the bench,
Maybe
honestly.
they start Nemhard at the one. See what
I
he
yeah. I
can
think
was
do.
gonna
so.
say who would be
Basketball's
the one.
positionless. Yeah,
Yeah,
It is
Nemhart,
doesn't
position.
really matter.
and he's a young dude, so I feel like putting him in that
Mhm.
position at a younger age, I feel like that'll definitely
Yeah,
season him a little bit more as a basketball because
and
the
he could.
bag is there. He could
Yeah, yeah,
hoop.
yeah.
He could go for
And he
sure.
could play make the most out of everyone that's not named TJ and
TJ
obviously
McConnell.
Tyrese. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And then yeah, that's pretty much all I got for the Pacers right now.
for sure. I'll
they,
hold
they
off
should
on
go.
my
They should
Pacer
go.
talk.
They should go grab a backup point guard. But I'm also gonna hold off for my Pacers talk.
Yeah, we could talk about it after.
For sure. So we gonna move on to 20. At
Yep.
my
Yep.
20, I got a little bit to say about number 20. They're really weird and they're always weird. At my 20, I got the Memphis Grizzlies. The reason why I have the Memphis Grizzlies as 20 is because like you just don't really ever know what to expect out of these guys. And it's largely
Yeah,
due to the absence of their guy, Ja Morant. So we know why he missed his first tenure. No need to really get into that. But his first 10 games back, game winner in the first game, had a really
That was
great
tough.
stretch. Yeah, like it was a great
they
stretch
did make
again.
the playoffs.
Yeah, they did. It was a great stretch for Ja Morant. And unfortunately, injuries, got injured. So that really sucks. We've only seen him in 120 games in the last 3 seasons. So we're not getting a lot of him. But when we do get Ja Morant, we're getting 25, 8, and 5. The splits aren't great, but players of that play style, it's inevitable. You know, Russ, etc. No
And
need
he's
to
not the
really get
strongest 3-point shooter.
exactly. So the production is going to be there. It's just the availability. So hopefully we get to see a whole lot more of Ja Morant. We've seen him be top 10 in MVP voting. We've seen him lead the Memphis Grizzlies to be a 60-win team. We've seen great things from Ja Morant. I just want to see him more.
They reached
But with
60?
I think so in the
That
22-23
2023
year.
year.
Yeah,
That
Yeah,
22-23 year.
that year was so sick.
Yeah, yep.
that was
We
a
here
great
with
year
it.
for them.
We here
Yeah,
with it.
that was that year, dude. They
Like
were going
they were
crazy.
a
They
really
hit
good
60 though.
team.
I thought it was like 54. That's nice. That's tough.
Yeah, I mean, y'all can fact check me. Everybody watching can fact check me. I'll fact check myself.
Same
But
shit. They had a
yeah,
phenomenal year.
they had a great year nonetheless. But enough about John Morant. Another big part of this team, I think, is going to be Jaren Jackson. Jaren Jackson, I'm really high on Jaren Jackson. I love his skill set for his position and his size. The biggest problem I have with him, which is probably the same problem everybody else has with him, is his fouling. He needs to keep his hands to himself, like really bad, because
Mm.
he's such a great defender. He got a DPOY to show for. He's led the league in blocks. Like he's a great defender. His problem is he can't stay on the floor that long because he's always fouling. He's had seasons where he's averaged 4 fouls a game. Last season, he's
Yeah.
averaging three and a
That's
half
it.
fouls a game. So it's like, how can we keep you in the game the way we want to if you're just gonna put us at a disadvantage? So I feel like we can get a whole lot more out of the Grizzlies if John Morant can stay healthy and available, and Jaren Jackson can keep his damn hands to himself. And also, if the supporting cast steps up, because Desmond Bane is gone now. Desmond Bane, he's out
Ty Jerome's gonna be huge there
in
though.
Orlando, and that's what I was going to get into. Ty Jerome filling in that void. I feel like he's going to play a really good role there. Yeah, he's not a catch and shoot guy, but he's a scorer. He's a basketball player. It's a little unorthodox, but he makes it work, and I
Pretty
low key like it.
unorthodox.
Yeah, for sure. Yo,
I like
PSA
it.
Cardinals, shout out to him.
Yeah, a little
Yes,
float
sir.
to him.
Yeah, nah, for
I also
sure.
think Jaren Jackson, I don't think he's that strong of a rebounder. A lot of
Okay.
people have said that.
Yeah.
I would like to I would like to see more of that aggression. And as far as offense goes, I've been very critical of Jaren Jackson offensively as his career's gone on, but he does improve.
He
He
does.
does improve.
And
The
I
shot
wanted to.
selection be
Mhm.
iffy, but his range of what he can hit comfortably has gotten better. He's gotten a little looser with the ball in his face-up game. I like the improvements he's making,
Yeah.
but I agree with you. He has to
I
stop
want to.
fouling and he needs to be a better
Yes.
rebounder.
I want to touch on his offensive bag a little bit more because he took the same amount of shots that he did last season, but what really stood out to me, he jumped his true shooting percentage jumped from 55% to 59%, and you could attest a lot of that to his improvement behind the arc. He jumped from 35 to 37% from the three on the same volume, but he's getting those shots up and he's knocking them down on a higher clip now. And to touch on the rebounding, I agree. He needs to be a little bit more aggressive, but now do you really have to be? Because you got Zach Edey down there. That makes them so much more interchangeable. You can have Zach Edey at your five, and then you can have Jaren Jackson as your four. He's a great switch defender. He's a great paint protector. And if he
They're
ain't
gonna
down
help
there,
out on
now
the
you
boards
got to
though.
nah for sure. But if he ain't down there, now you gotta run into Zach Edey. So I feel
Yeah.
like they have a lot there in their core. Santi Aldama is great. Scottie Pippen
Love
Jr.
Santi.
was great last year. Zach
Very
Edey,
good.
I want to see him make that jump this year, and I really think he can because he ain't shoot a lot of threes, but in the threes I did shoot, he shot
Actually,
38%.
shooting well.
Yeah, he ain't shoot it too bad, so he adds that to his game. I feel like they can do something pretty okay. It's just everybody needs to give a bit more, especially losing Desmond Bane. And the last thing I want to say about the Grizzlies, I think the real X factor for them is going to be GG Jackson. GG
Yes.
Jackson is he's dope and he's 20 years old. He doesn't turn 21 until December. He has so
Crazy.
much time and what he's shown us in the small sample that we have of him, he could go. And I feel like if he takes that jump, he gets that confidence, he could be a great player for them and really impactful for the Memphis Grizzlies. But that's my
Yeah.
2 cents on them. They don't really got it like that, but you never know what to expect with them in a nutshell.
Yeah. Quickly,
I agree.
Chris, I know you go after, but I also have Grizzlies at my 20.
So
So
you go
just,
first then.
yeah,
Talk
I'll
about the
just
Grizzlies.
quickly add on really quick.
Because I
One
already
thing
said my
about,
stuff about the Grizzlies, so we could
yeah,
just end the Grizzlies here.
yeah. So one thing I want to add about GG Jackson is like usually when it comes to the summer league, you have like those like older guys that'll play, and you're like, wait, what is he doing in summer league? He's already proven or whatever. He's a little old for summer league. People were saying that about GG Jackson, and he's 20.
And you realize he's 20 years old.
Yeah,
Like, yeah.
and he was just frying everybody, and it's like
Like
this guy
word.
is insane. He does this against NBA talent, does it against summer league talent, anybody.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's a real. Another guy Jaden did not mention, which is my guy, is Jalen
Mm,
Wells
Jalen Wells.
Yes,
coming
Yeah.
sir.
back from injury. One thing I put in my notes is love Jalen Wells. Year two should be peak, and
Yeah.
that's what it is. Because he's at face looking at him, he's just like a 3-and-D wing. But dude,
What was
he
his
is.
injury last year? He
I
should be
believe it
okay by
was
now,
his
right?
wrist. I think it was his wrist.
Yeah, he went down like
Yeah,
towards the end of the year.
he should be good to come back to start the season. But
You love that from you, Jalen Wells.
you think he's 21-ish, 2021, and yeah, no, the film is great defensively. The shooting
Mm,
is there, and that's what he just a young 3-and-D guy just strapping your number one. It's so sick.
yeah.
And then I agree with everything else Jaden said about the Grizzlies because yeah. Oh, another thing about Edie is we haven't really seen Edie and Ja like we have, but Ja missed a lot of time.
Hmm.
So next season to get Ja to start, to get Edie, start on time, I mean.
Yeah.
To get them two to get their chemistry up would be better for Edie's development.
For sure. And one more thing with the Grizzlies, Zach Edey has the same problem that Jaren Jackson has. I actually have a pretty funny stat here that he has 32 games where he's had 3 or 4 fouls, and he has 27 games where he's had 0 to 2 fouls. So more often than not, he is fouling a crap ton than he is not. I feel like this is a common denominator with Grizzlies bigs, and I feel like they really need to clean that up because I feel like having Jaren Jackson and Zach Edey on the court at the same time, that's a really scary tangent in the front court.
How many times does Jaren Jackson fell out? If you could look that up real fast.
Jaren Jackson fall out. I don't know if I'm gonna find it if we're gonna be real.
While you're trying, I'll just add that
Yeah,
Zach Edey. He's been impressive because he was very hated in terms of his mobility coming out of Purdue, but he's been keeping up with the NBA speed of the game.
Very surprising for me
So,
because I was low on
but
Zach Edey coming out too.
yeah, he's surpassed the expectations of that, but he still is rather slow at the end of the day. You got to call it how it is. But
Yeah,
yeah, I like their rim protection though. Zach Edey's not a cone. He's a body down low. He can get
yeah,
up there, block
yeah.
shots. Obviously, Jaren Jackson, the defensive player of the year winner, he could do the same thing. So yeah, if they keep the
yeah,
fouling down, that could be
I'm
better
not.
for them.
Who you got
definitely.
there, Chris?
Yeah, Copper in tier 20.
Okay, so this is my hot take team of the year. I really, really like the direction this team is going in. My 20 is the Washington Wizards. And yes, I have them over the Boston Celtics as of next year
And the Trailblazers.
and the Trailblazers.
And the Grizzlies.
I I
And the
really like it.
Trailblazers.
One player before we get into the main guys I'd like to highlight is Kaishawn George. I really like his motor. I like his willingness to play into the team. He doesn't do too much, but if you let him do too much, he will be productive. I really like his motor. I like what he does for them. But them getting Trey Johnson, number one scorer in the nation last year, he's phenomenal with the basketball. Bub Carrington is a big question mark for me. Not question mark in terms of his ability, but are they going to put him at point guard? Are they going to trust him to run the show? And they also have the vets. They have CJ, Chris Middleton. I like them dumping smart because I do have some friends that are Wizards fans, and that was their big thing. They're like, why do we have this mix of vets and young players? I like them kind of gearing that out. Chris Middleton will still provide that leadership. CJ McCollum will provide that leadership. Middleton is out of the two of them the one that's the least healthy, so we'll see how much we get of him as
Mm-hmm.
he dwindles on. But CJ is still nice. CJ was actually
OD.
hooping last year.
Bro, he
CJ,
doesn't average under 20 points. It's absurd.
he literally
He's
hasn't. I don't think
great
since his rookie
bucket,
season.
man.
He's
Like
crazy, yo.
CJ is nice, bro. Not to
Yeah.
say Chris Middleton isn't, but
Mm-hmm.
he's more towards the twilight than CJ is.
No, for sure.
So
CJ's just
CJ,
Mr. Consistent, man. Just
Yes, he is.
consistent
CJ
and
will help those
efficient.
guards. CJ
Yep.
will help those guards. And like you mentioned with the Wizards before, we get year two Alex Sarr, great rim protector. Hopefully he can increase his scoring. Shot 37% from three last year. I also had a funny stat. He actually led the league on field goal percentage for mid ranges coming off the pick and roll, whatever that means to
Wow.
y'all.
Okay.
That's
Whatever
cool.
Was
whatever
you
it
Hey,
means to
pleased with
y'all, it means
that?
to
Yeah,
y'all.
word. That's cool, though.
Yeah, I just wanted to
Hey,
throw that in there.
it's a little high.
I believe in what they're doing. If Cam Whitmore can come in there and really get the keys to Washington and be that guy, average 22 a game, Trey Johnson averaging 15 plus, I feel like they could do something. I feel like they could sneak a 7 to 6 seed.
Mm-hmm.
oof.
They're really
Hey,
I believe in
we
their
will
team this
see.
year.
All right.
That's
Hey, we'll come
hot.
back and look at it. We will come back and look at it for
It's
sure.
hot. Turn the AC on.
Then word. Clothes off, nigga. Nah, my fault. But anyways,
Yeah, we're cutting that. Anyway.
nah, no, we're not.
No,
At
we're
night,
not.
no, I'm crying. But
Real close.
at my 19, I have the Indiana Pacers, and I feel like we gave them enough time. We hit everything on the head regarding them. Johnny Furphy was a guy that I'm a little bit high on as well. I want to see Jarris Walker take that jump.
So,
I've been
Yeah.
watching him since he was in high school. His nickname is the man child for a reason. He's really a man amongst
Hmm.
boys. So I feel like if we utilize him a little bit more, you might get something that you wasn't even expecting. Benedict Mathurin was great in the finals. He was great last season, and with
Except
Tyrese
at the free throw
Halliburton
line.
out, yeah, chill. I don't really care honestly. That's not my squad, but Benedict Mathurin, I think he's going to be great for them. But for the most part, we hit everything on the head regarding them. My hot take is not really a take. I'm just trolling right now. J Huff, most improved player. Shout out to him.
uh,
That's my dog, Mr.
reverse
Reverse.
dunk legend.
Yes, sir.
Goat.
Yes, sir.
All right, Chris, who do you got at 19?
My 19. Did you guys both say Toronto already? Or is the way you have
Yes,
Yes.
we
Toronto
already
saved?
did.
We
We
up.
both have
Toronto's
Toronto.
my number 19. I
Wow.
don't know where you guys had them, like 20, 22,
I
23,
had him
something
like
like that.
Yeah,
20. I had him like 24.
I had him 23.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah,
bit higher.
to be honest, my 18 to 21 is, fairly similar. I'm not going to say interchangeable because I agree with where I've put them.
Mm-hmm.
But, not one team is extremely better or worse than the other going into next season, in my opinion. But my huge talking point for the Raptors is they have a closer. They got Brandon Ingram. They have a bona fide scorer. He's going to get you 20 to 25, depending on how many games he plays and his usage this season. He will get you those numbers. Very efficient, very simple. His game, he doesn't do too much. He scores. And I feel like Toronto is always built on a defensive identity, and they never really have that guy where it's like, okay, when things slow down in the half court, who do we give the ball to? I think Brandon Ingram's going to be huge for them there because like they have the pieces, they have the defense. I like what they could do. I don't see too much out of them, but I think they deserve the 19 spot.
Okay.
I like
It's pretty.
that.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
feel like I feel like we said a lot about Toronto. I pled my case about them, and maybe you have more to say, but
Yeah, I mean, we already,
it's
hit that in
understood.
the
Don't need
nose
to be
there.
explained. Yeah.
Yeah. My
I get it.
19, I have the Portland Trailblazers. I thought I
Okay.
had them high, but we'll see where other people have them ranked. I thought I had them quite high. They're at 19. I think they're really, really good.
They were my 24.
Yeah, they were low for
Yeah.
you, man.
I have them quite I'm very high in this team. I love
Mhm.
what they did in the draft, like we talked about. Young Hansen.
Yes, sir.
Nobody really knew who he was. I had no clue he was coming out of the
Me
draft.
neither.
Chinese
Yeah,
Jokic.
yeah, big man out of China. That's all we saw. And then we see the film, and then we saw him in summer league. And it's
Hmm.
like we could see why they got this guy and what they see in him.
Yeah.
Very,
And
very patient player. I
yeah,
like him.
the odds that we see, sparks in year one or whatever, we probably will see the sparks, but like what he will be take a couple years to develop, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Especially transitioning from where he was to the NBA.
For
Who do we
sure.
think's going to be their starting five man? Klingon or him? Klingon, I
Clinging,
assume, right?
I
Because
Klingon
clinging,
for
he's
yeah,
been
sure.
there.
yeah,
There's gonna
yeah.
be Klingon. Yo, shout out Team Spartans, by the way. Don, if this
Uh,
ever come your way, bro, shout out to you, man. Keep doing great
Don Clinging, a
things.
goat,
Yes, sir.
great player.
Yes,
Big
sir.
UConn over here too.
There you
Yes,
go.
sir. Yeah, and then more
Shout out Don
Blazers
Klingon to
talk.
Steph Castle.
Sir. They did get Dame back. We won't see Dame until more, the end, second half of the year, maybe even later than that.
Nah,
You know
we
what I
gonna see
mean?
him in two
Towards the end.
seasons. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know. The odds he plays this year are low, but we will see.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Chris talked about Drew Holiday. I love the Drew Holiday move.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Good development for Scoot. Good vet to teach
Great
Yeah.
him
vet.
defense.
Yep.
Whatever Drew could do. Drew is super underrated. Hall of Famer, in my opinion.
I
Oh,
agree.
absolutely.
Yeah. And
I,
Champion,
then
two-time Olympics.
legend, man.
yep.
Such a good dude. Good player. And then Scoot, which talked about a little bit. Denny. I've been high on Denny forever.
Hmm.
Denny's so good.
I think
Since the
everybody
Wizard
in
days.
here has been high on Denny since
Yeah.
he's been
Yeah.
in
Denny's
Washington.
just
We
such
all
a
just love
dog.
Denny out here,
Yeah.
man. He's great.
Denny's just a dog, man.
Yeah.
And then one more is my guy Tumani. I've been telling these guys about Tumani for a
And put me
minute.
on, yo. And
Hmm.
put me
Yes.
on. I'm not even gonna lie. I'll
Because
say it.
I knew about him a
I
little
agree.
bit. Just defensive freak,
Freak.
defensive menace. Got to develop the offensive bag a little bit, but on defense, I mean, he was second team all defense maybe. He was
Hmm.
there. He was
Yeah.
He
somewhere
was
over
in
there.
there.
Yeah.
He
Did
was.
he,
And
did he
then
get to second? Maybe.
he might have been. If not, he was in the running for it. I don't
Oh, wait,
remember.
no, because there's only two all defensive teams. There's not three. So, yeah,
There's only
he
two.
was in
He
second.
was all
Yeah.
defensive
Yeah.
second team.
He was,
Hmm.
yeah.
Yes.
He's insane. And
Yeah.
then I have one more Trailblazers fact, and I'll save it for Mr. Trailblazer later on. Uh, from January 19th to February 6th, they went 10-1. And that's when I remember during the season we heard about like the red hot Blazers, where they're just on
Hmm.
fire and just not losing games. And that was like the peak. They did lose Simons, but that's when we
Yeah.
saw Simons, Denny, Scoot was all right, but like the defense
It was
really
time for
step up.
Simons to go though.
Yeah, but you know they were red hot, and I actually like them a lot. Jeremy Grant is like their guy. He's been their guy. He's a max there. He's a max
Yeah.
contract. He's on contract for a lot of years.
Hmm.
But one thing that
Hmm.
Jaden, I'm sure we'll get into, but we did talk about them like finding an identity and finding who they are as a team. But I'll let Jaden get into that when he gets there.
I think we all know
Yeah,
from their roster what their identity is going to
Yeah,
be. So
just seeing it, I guess.
yeah, it's dope. It's
but
dope.
that's what
I'm
I said.
really
Once they clean out the vets and people take those roles and they start getting rid of the guys who fall out of that, and
I'm not even mad at the vets that they got at all, but I'll get to them soon.
We'll get
well,
there when we
We,
get
we,
there.
yeah.
yeah,
Honestly, I'm really talking to just about Rob Will.
fair. I like Tom Lord on that team. We didn't get to see a
So do
lot of
I.
him. Yeah, we didn't get to see a lot of him
Yeah,
last season due to injury, but when he was healthy on that Celtic team, they were incredible, making conference finals. And you go down there, you're probably not going to make it. Like he's a real defensive anchor, just
Hmm.
just a great
he got
defender.
bounced too.
Yeah,
For his
bro,
size, he
Yes.
could get there.
he's dope. He's really dope.
I just hope we see it because he's been pretty bad health
Banged
wise for the
up,
past
yeah,
couple of years, like 2 years. He's been not really playing too many games, but I like the direction. I just, if this was going into next season, I feel like they'd be higher, but they're
for
just
sure,
starting to bring in some type of culture. So we'll see what they do.
for sure. But
Does
without
that wrap
further
up
ado,
19?
it does indeed. So now we
Mm-hmm.
move on to the 18 spot, and this is the team that Chris was harsher on. And for everybody watching, all my boys who would watch this, y'all know it sees K forever. But I gotta be a realist right now. I have Boston at my 18 spot, and very similar to Chris, they lost a lot, man. Like the second apron just kicked their ass really bad. Had to give up Drew Holiday, Jason Tatum going down. Get well soon, Tatum. Porzingis is gone now. So it's just they lost a lot. And Anthony Simons, I guess, could make up for a little bit of the offense that they lose in Jason Tatum. But that team is going to be a bottom five, bottom three defensive team in the league, man. They
They
lost
they're bad in
everything.
the front court,
They're bad
really
in the
bad.
front court. And outside of Derek White, they don't have like a real clamp. Like they don't really have that. So
I mean,
hope
Jalen Brown, but yeah,
Yeah.
he's okay.
He
He's
came into the
okay.
league as that, but now he's just like
He's just
scorer,
a star scorer, but
Robin.
I mean, he
yeah,
could play. He could play defense, but yeah,
Yeah, he can play
he's
some
not
defense
he's an
for
leading.
sure.
He's
athletic
not
dude, athletic
anchoring
six
your
seven
team on
dude.
defense.
Yeah, no, for sure. But I'm just not too high on them losing all that. But Joe Mazzulla, whether you like them or not, he is a great coach. He runs great
Yes.
offenses.
He does.
They're going to run. They're going to gun. And although they can't guard all that well, they can shoot the shit out the ball. They are going to get shots up like they did last year. They led the league in 3-point attempts and 3-pointers made last year. And they were also top 10 in 3-point percentage on such high volume. So that really isn't going to go anywhere. Where they're lacking is going to be their defense. So we're just going to see how it pans out, see what Joe Mazzulla could do with that team. But I have them at 19 for that spot.
Do you guys
18.
think
I'm
they're gonna
sorry.
end up
18.
keeping
I'm sorry.
Simons? Yeah, 18. Do you guys
18,
think they're
yeah.
gonna end up keeping Simons?
Yeah, I'd
Yeah,
assume
I don't
so.
see why they would give
Unless
him up right
they
now.
unless they fully commit on selling and trying to be like a bottom five team to try and go for a high pick, then yeah,
Which I
I feel
can't
like
see happening.
yeah, I feel like they'll just rock with Simons.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Mm,
even think it was reputable sources, but I have heard some buzz about them exploring moves for
mm,
him
Mm-hmm.
to maybe try to stock up picks for the future or whatever. But
I don't see Brad Stevens going out like that
yeah,
right
yeah.
now. At least they
yeah,
still have
nah,
like Derek White. I didn't even get on Derek White. Although he is a Celtic, and this is the first time they're gonna hear me really say this because we are Celtic slanderers.
We
But
are, but
I am very high on Derek White. He is a great basketball player, one of the best shooters in the league, and he's a pretty okay playmaker. We've seen it
yes.
a little bit in the
yeah,
playoffs, but my issue is I think that once they make that more of his identity on Boston, when other teams are game planning around that, is going to make it all so much harder for him to find those easy 6-7 assists that he'll get in a game and things like that. I feel like
hmm
with the lack of star power that they have this year, it's going to be a little bit tougher for Derek White because they'll be able to game plan for him more, being he's
Yeah, you
taking
can't
such
help
a
off him
bigger
all the
role.
time like that. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that's my 2 cents on the Celtics. I got them at 18 for that reason.
Derek White's flamethrower is ridiculous. Like
He's
he's
a
one of those
real
role
life Hooter,
players.
bro.
He's one of those role
Insane.
players. You turn
Yo,
on the game, he's got 40. You're like, oh, there he goes again. Like
I was screaming at my
crazy.
phone during the Knicks series, bro. Why y'all leaving
Yo,
him open, bro? He's
Uh,
hitting
it-
4 threes in the first
just
quarter. It's like,
rhythm,
yo,
Dude,
get a
both.
hand up on Buddy, bro. He could
he's
really let
insane.
that shit go. He could let it
That's
go
the
for
5 out
sure.
Boston Celtics. You
That
can't.
bald ass head,
Yep.
nigga. But
Okay,
yeah,
Yeah.
so at my 18, I had the Indiana Pacers, and elephant in the room once again. Tyrese is out for the year. Miles Turner went to the ops. But like Anthony added before, they do still have a good team. I'm excited to see what Nemhard does in an excelled role now. Like, he has proven he's very clutch. He's young, room for learning experiences. I would like to see him with the ball in his hands more. Siakam obviously will still be the one option, but they got decent pieces. They have Naismith still, Benedict Mathurin, players that have showed and stepped up, and now they have a finals run under their belt as experience. They can build off that. Obi Toppin's still pretty good for them. So who knows? TJ McConnell might be the number one ball handler this year for them if they don't pick up another guard. I don't think they're going to be too terrible, but I think 18 is deserving for them.
fair.
Yeah. My 18, which we already talked about, so I won't talk about it too much, but I do have the Kings,
Okay.
which I was a
Mhm.
little bit
A little
higher
high
on
on
them.
them, yeah.
Yeah, I was. And I
Hmm.
was because maybe I just like the players they have, like a
Yeah.
bunch of former to current all-stars that like you know what you're getting.
Hmm.
So, I mean, they're going to be like the Kings. They're going to be a playing team. They're going to just be competitive. I love Sabonis, man. He
Yeah.
impacts the game just insane. I mean,
Yeah.
Jokic, like,
Jokic Jr. Yeah,
yes,
probably got the
literally.
same
And then
jacket as me.
Malik Monk is insane.
Yes, he is.
Also, I'm talking about
Oh
my guy
yeah.
Devin Carter out of Providence, who
Fair.
was in the summer league, didn't play last year, but he played in the summer league. He looked all right, and we'll see what his role kind of like is because he's kind of like a do-it-all kind of player, just trying to develop in the league.
There's rumors that they're trying to find a package for him to get a roster spot for Westbrook, but they're kind of hesitant on it, and
Mm.
that's been the talk for the last couple of weeks. But
Oh
I like
wow,
Devin Carter.
yeah. And then we guys kind of talked about Schroeder, but like Schroeder like is a solid point guard
Great.
in the
Yeah.
NBA,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he could slot
absolutely.
in and just play there
He's
one.
consistent, man.
Yeah,
He
he could
just
just slot
all
in and be the starting one, and you're okay with that if you're a Kings fan.
you always know what you're getting out of Dennis
Yeah.
Schroeder.
And then
Mhm.
one quick thing is Keegan Murray, which we talked about a little bit.
We did.
2024 he averaged 15. 2025 he dropped down to 12.
Mm.
So it's not like it's too crazy, and he's 24 years old, so he still has time. But like me personally, I need to see a little bit more out of him
I
just to
agree.
see if he is one of their guys moving forward because this team isn't gonna win a championship, but maybe they could be competitive at least a little bit, and that spark would be from Keegan Murray.
Them too. They're just like the Grizzlies. They had that one light the beam year, and they kind of digressed from there. They did,
Fair.
end up trading Fox and also Halliburton, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which is absurd how that
crazy
panned out.
trade to look back
that they had both
Yeah.
of them, right?
look
Like,
back
yeah,
Yep.
at, dude.
crazy.
Yep.
A lot of
Yeah,
people
But
are
yeah.
gonna forget that as the years go by, that Halliburton was even there.
Yeah, you low key just refreshed my brain with that one too. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, he was
But
there
yeah.
for a little split second. That includes 18 for us.
Yes, it
yep.
does.
You can go right
And
into 17, June.
that goes into 17. It's my guys. Y'all didn't know in the chat. Big Spurs guy. I have them at 17 this year.
Really?
I just love what they're doing, man. I'm really excited for what they can become. In my opinion, they have the best young core three in the league with Stephon Castle, Victor Wembanyama, and Dylan Harper. I can't wait to see them.
We're not young anymore.
Huh?
The best young
Chris,
three in the league.
Yeah.
we're not young anymore, Chris. We got a
Bro,
chip.
stop that. Yo, bro. Y'all
And we're not
grown
young.
What?
ass
We're not
men,
young.
bro. Y'all
The big
grown
three
ass
is younger
men.
than me.
Y'all niggas are a team of postgraduates, bro. I'm not
We
hearing
have
that, dude.
what? Our second option is 22 years old, 23 years old.
23
Y'all first
or
option is Shea
24.
Gilgis. But anyway, I'm
He's
standing on my
26.
that's oh, and I'm talking about a 21-year-old, a 18-year-old, and a 20-year-old. Nigga, come on, bro. That is a way younger core than what y'all have. So
We're
Yeah,
unks.
it's younger.
We're unks. We're unks.
like
Unks
y'all
is
getting
crazy.
there.
Yeah.
But
Anyway, yeah.
outside of that, we had my favorite pick in the draft, Carter Bryant. I love that. I really wanted to get Ace Bailey
Hmm.
at that spot, but getting Carter Bryant, that made me feel a whole lot better, especially seeing his motor in the
Hmm.
summer league. That is all the energy that we want. Outside of what we did in the draft, our offseason was great. We took Luke Cornett from the Celtics. We got Kelly Olynyk to replace Sandro. So I really like everything that we're doing. You can see our direction. I'm really excited for Devin Vassell. I'm really excited for how we use Keldon Johnson. Jeremy Sochan, he's a great motor guy, one of those guys that you always want on your team, wants to rebound, wants to make the right plays, doesn't care too much about scoring. So I'm just really excited to see what we're going to do. And I'm
I think
saying
you're
all
missing
of
somebody
this,
there.
then you got to let a brother finish, man. I'm saying all this, and I ain't even get to De'Aaron Fox yet. We have one of the
That is not
best
who I'm
point.
talking about. Your other draft pick.
Oh
I,
yeah,
I
you didn't
brought
get
up.
them.
I brought up Dylan Harper.
You brought him up, but
Yeah, I brought him
Did
up,
you?
but
yeah,
yeah,
he
I
yeah,
didn't
did.
hear it.
in the core three, in the young core three.
Oh, because you
Oh,
mentioned Carter,
Dylan,
because
Steph, and
you
Wemby.
talked about Ace Bailey and Carter Bryant, and you're like, oh, I didn't mind losing Ace
It's
Bailey to
cause
get Carter Bryant, and I'm like, I got Dylan Harper.
nah, for
I
sure,
thought you
but
just blanked it for a second. My bad.
nah, not at all, not at all. But De'Aaron Fox, we have one of the best point guards in the West. Before he got
Indeed.
to San Antonio, he was wilding. He had a little back-to-back 50,
That's
back-to-back 50 point
crazy.
week. Like he was just straight bugging, bro. Like I'm really excited to see what we do this year. And niggas don't even need to get into Wemby. My goat.
Yeah.
Wemby, alien.
Is going to be excited. Julian Champagny is probably my Uter. That's my shooter on my team. Harrison Barnes, great vet that we have on that team. I'm just really excited to see what the Spurs do this year. But we're young. We're not there yet. So with that said, I got him at 17.
Yeah.
That surprised me, not gonna lie.
Okay.
I thought you'd have them at least top 15.
That's fair. I like the teams ahead of him, ahead of them.
My 17 is the Miami Heat, and one of my closest friends is a Miami Heat fan, diehard, so I watch a lot of Miami Heat games.
Shout out X.
After Jimmy Butler's departure, they have been the epitome of mid. They will go 500 every single week, split every week 2-2. I don't think they're going to excel as a team until they get rid of Wiggins and try to build a new culture. I love Eric Spoelstra. I think his age is starting to show. I think he needs to adapt a newer style of basketball. They love to play like an almost high school style of basketball. On the defensive end, he got that. He is definitely a very good defensive coach. Not to say he's not good offensively, but I don't feel like he's up with the times. And in certain ways, I feel like that hurts the team. Terry Rozier has been on the Heat for way too long,
He gotta
and
go. He
he got to
gotta
go.
go, man.
He got to get up out of there. And yeah, I like Khalil Ware. I wanted my team, the Thunder, to draft Khalil Ware. I like him there next to Bam. I always said Bam should be playing the four. Tyler Herro has taken a huge jump. Last year, he had a very great year, a very quiet breakout year. He and this is a
24
guy,
a night.
Yeah.
and this is a guy who was being an arguable second option at 20 in the finals. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Do you see Tyler Hero making another like offensive jump, like getting his PPG up to like 26 a night? Do you see that for him?
if Bam doesn't and Bam isn't commanding more shots, and he's just going to be consistently good to great.
18, 19, yeah.
Even if Bam putting up 20 even, I think Harrell could increase to 27. He
Okay.
especially after Jimmy left, he's gotten a lot more comfortable running the show. He's not as, loose with his body off of tight screens. He knows how to weave through the defense. I've seen his playmaking make a jump.
Mm-hmm.
The boy could shoot the lights out the gym. I
Yeah.
like Tyler Harrell. I think he's established that toughness. He gets better defensively every year. I think he can. I think he can get to 27 and really be a solidified leader of a team.
Mm-hmm.
And having an anchor down there like Bam, of course, helps. The other
Yeah.
guys, I don't know. Jovic has a lot of promise. He's a
Hold
very
on.
good player. You have a question? You
You
continue.
got on my ass, so now I'm gonna get on your ass. Now
Forgetting
you're
somebody.
forgetting a guy. Now
Forgetting
you're forgetting
somebody.
a guy.
I'm forgetting a guy.
A
Who?
big off-season pickup, man.
Big trade.
Let me get to that. Let me get to
Okay,
that.
you were not
Okay.
getting to...
Oh no, because I was talking about their guys that they've had established. Because
Okay.
I'm
Okay, my bad.
sectionalizing this.
Okay.
So the two guys that I do highlight is Hakic. Look, see now y'all got me mixing up the
My
names
fault, gang.
together.
My fault.
Jaquez and Jovic, both are talented players. I think Jovic shows a little more diversity than Jaquez. Jaquez is a rather unorthodox player. I don't see much growth in Jaquez. What is this going to be, year 3 for him?
Yeah, sophomore slumps are real though, but
Yeah,
I
Of
he
hear you.
did.
course.
And he
I'm
most definitely did
He
have one.
not going to be
definitely
too
had one.
critical and say
Hmm.
you got to wipe the roster, but I want to see those guys establish a legitimate role and not just the other guys that play like you guys prematurely led me on to. Norman Powell is a huge pickup for them. He had a phenomenal year with the Clippers.
Yeah,
Addition by subtraction, if you know, you know.
sure. That's tough.
And
Sure.
yeah,
Messed
that's it
up.
for them. Get rid of Terry Rozier. Pelly Larson, I don't know why they give that guy minutes.
Belly Larson.
That's
They
tough.
need they need
Disrespect.
they need a little more. But Heat culture is a real thing and they're always going to be consistently competitive. I just think they're mid and they're going to continue to do that until they move guys like Wiggins, guys like Jovic and Jaquez develop more of their role. And if they don't, move them for pieces that do. They got some work to do. So I got them at 17 for that reason.
How you feel about Kasparis? You ain't touch on him at all.
Got to see
Yeah.
something.
Got to see something. I really, I don't,
18,
I
18,
haven't seen
18,
much of
5,
him.
and 6 out of college. That's pretty tough. I like it. I feel
Admittedly,
like
I'm not into him. If he could be something
Okay.
for them, he could.
for sure.
I know who he is, but
He
I didn't
was
know he did all
nice at
that.
Talent
Illinois.
is real, bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gonna be a good pickup for them for sure.
There also are some other guys, but when I get to the Heat, which they're coming up,
Mhm.
I'll talk about them when I get there.
Off night.
Yeah.
Oh,
My
how could I? No, please let me.
I
How
go
could
ahead,
I
go ahead,
forget
go ahead.
off night? I loved when they picked him up. Thank you for reminding me. I knew I was
For
forgetting
sure.
somebody. I loved that. He came in and made an instant impact for them instantly. He was arguably their best perimeter defender through the second half of the season.
Great
Like
playmaker for them too. He
He
wasn't putting
did.
the ball in the rim a lot, but
he was playing the one.
yeah,
He was, and he's
Yeah.
gonna be their starting one
yeah,
going to next
Forgot
year.
Davion Mitchell off night. Yes,
yes,
Yeah,
sir.
sir.
no, he's nice, man. I'll
Pound,
get to
pound for
him.
pound, he's incredible. He's not that big, but he will lock up your
Sir.
premier wings, your guards. He can
Yeah,
shoot. Semi streaky, but he can shoot.
yeah, you can let it go. He's gotten better, especially taking a starting role for the Heat.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and
They
then
gave him like an identity again because he lost it in
yeah,
Toronto. He was basically just rotting there. The Kings,
I
he
was
started building that reputation and then he kind of just went
loved
to
him on the
wasteland.
Kings, dude.
Yeah, I think we all did. And now he's getting
Yeah,
more of that, like, okay, we know what you're here for in Miami, so I like that for him. And then
yeah,
now I think
definitely.
I'm good.
Nice. There you go.
They lost Kevin Love, but
Yeah, that'll be all right.
Love.
He
Yeah,
didn't
not
he'll
play.
be
love.
all right.
He didn't play. My 17, which I'll be quick. I do have the Celtics here at 17, so I was
Hmm.
quite high on them. I didn't have them. What do you have? 18 or 19?
I had him at 18.
18. Yes, I have one
Mhm.
higher than you. Chris had him a bit lower.
Yeah,
And I mean, like we talked about everybody. One guy we didn't talk about was Peyton Pritchard,
true.
who looked good, won the Sixth Man of the Year.
Yes, sir.
I thought
He
for the
did.
Ty Jerome, but whatever.
I
He's
agree, but
good. Pritchard's nice. We saw what he could bring. I'm sure he'll be off the bench. He might start at the one. We'll see. Who knows?
Simons, but yeah.
Yeah, he's not really a one. We'll see what happens. And other Celtics talk. A lot of people talk about Baylor Shireman,
yep.
which I like him. I think he's cool. He didn't do too much last year, but not in a big sample size. Only 31 games, 12 minutes a night, and he gave you 3 points. 3, 2, and 1. So
Oof.
not great, but I can kind of see why people like him, at least a little bit.
It's White Shea.
Yeah, I see it a little bit, but whatever he
That
can
one
be
Twitter
would
clip
be
had
good.
everybody like, yo.
Yeah,
Yeah, they were
nah, I'm
freaking out.
crying.
And then yeah, like we talked about it, like life without Tatum, it's gonna be
Yeah.
rough.
Yeah,
He is literally their everything. Their
yeah.
scoring, their playmaking, even their rebounding. He actually just does it all. He's insane.
Led the Celtics in every category and didn't win Finals
Yeah.
MVP, by the way.
And then one more guy I want to talk. I have a guy and I got a question. And it's Chris Boucher, who they picked up in the offseason. He's a
Hmm.
4-5 man. He's a bit older now, but on a pretty bad Raptors team, he gave you 10 and 5, which isn't terrible. And now on a pretty bad-ish mid Celtics team, I can see him doing that again. A nice little 10 and 5-ish, maybe even 12 and 5, 12 and 7, whatever you can get
Give you
from
a
him.
block and a half.
Yeah, and not elite, but good
Good
defense,
defense.
elite wingspan
Yeah.
Yes.
and arms and length and all that. It's yeah. And then one quick question is like for both of you, is there pressure on Jaylen Brown this season, or is
Yes.
the Celtics season
Yes.
just kind of cooked?
It is a lot of pressure on Jaylen Brown for sure. Like this is the first time that we're seeing him play without Jason Tatum since his rookie year. So we're gonna see how much he's progressed. He won the Finals MVP in 2024 over Jason Tatum, and that is something that constantly runs through my mind when I think about the Celtics because now it's like All right, cool. Now you're gonna show me why you were more deserving than Jason Tatum for that Finals MVP. So I do feel like the pressure is on for him, and second apron is a real thing. This is a hot take, kind of on the fly, but like I feel like this will determine whether or not they're gonna keep Jaylen Brown or get rid of him and keep Jason Tatum. I feel like they're there. Their contracts are fucking wild. They're on the two
Yeah,
biggest. They're on two of the biggest contracts in basketball right now. Having those on the same team, it's not sustainable. You're gonna have weaker rosters throughout the years.
especially trying to get out of that apron that you're
It,
already in. Yeah,
exactly. So I feel like this is just my opinion. I could be dead wrong. I feel like this season is huge for Jaylen Brown because he could possibly go. Brown has a great season. I feel like that's going to put pressure on the Celtics front office to pick between the two since their contracts are so large. So I feel like there is a lot of pressure on Jaylen Brown for sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
I mean, he's already getting paid, but in terms of a new opportunity and proving himself that he can be a one guy,
yeah,
I think that is the pressure on him this year for sure. Not
nah,
pressure to
for sure.
win because we don't expect them to win,
They're not winning shit.
but if his
Yeah.
stats look similar and he's struggling with defensive focus solely on him because they're not going to be able to play that 5 out ball that they've played
Mm-hmm.
before, a lot of pressure on him, honestly.
I
Yeah.
agree. But yeah, that was your
Mm,
17. Ant?
That was my 17.
Okay, so we back to me. I want to make a disclaimer to everybody watching this. I have the Spurs at 16. I accidentally flipped it in my notes, so the Spurs are my 16, and my 17. I'm gonna have to go backwards a little bit. My 17 is who Chris was so low on, which is the Portland Trailblazers. The Portland Trailblazers are my sleeper for the NBA season. They are so sneaky. They are going to give everybody hell. Everybody's going to be caged up in solitary confinement with this team. With Donovan Clingan holding it down in the paint. You got Tumani Kamara, all
Oh yeah.
defensive second team. Matisse Thybulle, known Australian lockdown defender, man. Like you pick up Drew Holiday, who is one of two players, him and KCP, only two players to win multiple championships in the 2020s. So you're getting a winner in Drew Holiday. Shaden Sharp is one of the guys who's really up and coming right now. He gave you 18 and a half a night last year. He's only 21 years old. You got guys here. Scoot Henderson. I feel like having Drew Holiday over there is going to give him great guidance. I feel like that'll honestly also
and
help
Damian
his
Lillard, even if he's
and
not
Damian
playing.
Lillard. Yeah, but he gonna play his role. He gonna be Unk for sure. I feel like
Mm,
call me crazy. We could see a jump in Scoot Henderson's jump shooting this year because Drew Holiday, if I'm not mistaken, in the 23-24 season was he led the NBA in 3-point percentage on corner threes, the highest percentage shot in basketball. Shout out Ant.
That is true.
So he he
Shout out Anthony.
led he led the NBA in corner threes. So maybe just working on something as small as that with Scoot in his bag. And then you got a top 5 shooter ever in Damian Lillard in his ear, in his corner as well. So we could possibly see a great offensive jump from Scoot Henderson. You have Shaden Sharp there. I'd even talk about Denny Avdia yet. How versatile he is as an offensive basketball player. Time Lord is still there. We can get him all season. So it's just really exciting to see what they're going to do. I'm very high on them. They were 16th in defensive rating and then 22nd in offensive rating. I see those numbers going up a good amount, especially the defense. I see them as a top 5 defense in the NBA next year. But that's
Wow.
my take on the Blazers. I am very high on them. Yeah, take your
What do you
clothes.
That's
Nah,
a
let me chill.
take. I like it, man.
know.
Let's go.
I like I like the take. Top 5 defense in the league is a little crazy, but
Who you putting in there? OKC. Okay.
I mean, all the top teams in my top like 7 are better defensively than they are,
Okay.
in my
All right.
opinion. Thunder. I'm not
All
gonna
right.
expose my top 5, but we know who the best guys in the NBA are.
For sure.
Yeah.
they got the promise and they got the
They
pieces.
definitely have. I think they have all the pieces to give teams a hard time this season,
Even if you just
for
pick any
sure.
random three names, Drew, Matisse, Tumani, that's crazy
They
defensive
got
number
two
outside of
guys
that.
who are already on all defensive teams. Donovan
Yeah,
Clingan will make an all defensive team. If I'm not mistaken, Robert Williams also made an all defensive team too. So they got three
Probably.
he
guys
may
there.
have. I think you're right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Matisse Thybulle. Can you fact check this in?
I
Has
can.
Matisse Thybulle ever made an all defensive team? Like they have dudes who
he
really
has
sit down.
recently. I think he
He,
did in Philly one of his last years, or he
yeah,
might have in
Um,
Portland. Yeah,
he has. He's been twice all defensive too.
they got dudes who really sit down, bro. Like
They do.
they're going to be they're going to be annoying. I'm very high on the Trailblazers. I'm really excited to see what they do this year.
Robert
yeah,
Williams also all defensive too.
Also, so that's four dudes.
Yeah.
crazy.
I'm not crazy for saying there will be a top five defense in the NBA this upcoming season. I don't think so.
Make a jump all the way to five is a little extreme, but
Well, that's crazy. All
I
three of
mean,
them
they
made it
that's
in the
only
same
10
year.
spots. Oh wow. I mean, that's only 10 spots. They were 16th last year, and they didn't have the pre. Now they had
yeah,
all
but
these
just because
dudes.
they could get better doesn't mean the top five defensive teams are going to get worse to slide them in
Fair.
there. Still
You're
got
right.
some really stacked guys up there,
That's
but
very fair.
I really
Added
do
Drew
like the
Holiday do
promise.
helps. Yeah,
I
I,
like
I
the
like the
promise in their
promise.
defense.
I like the promise in a nutshell.
Yeah.
All right. So that
Chris, you
was your
guys. Yeah.
17. And
That's
so
my
we're just
17. Spurs are my 16. My apologies.
Yeah.
You
so we're gonna
guys are
skip you
gonna,
for the
Do
16.
16. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
You're gonna do 16.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so for my 16, this roster is nightmare fuel, and I would hate to be a fan of this team right now. The Golden State Warriors. They have Stephen Curry. We know who Stephen Curry is. He doesn't need much introduction.
Word.
I really like Jimmy being there next to him. I really do. Draymond's gonna be Draymond till the day he doesn't play anymore.
Yep.
Buddy Hield. Pods, you could call me a hater. Not super high on him. I don't see him making the
You're
same
not
type of
hating, family.
I
He's
don't
just
see him
not
making the
great.
same type of jump as like Austin Reeves or people of his caliber play style. I don't see it. He's serviceable. He's good. He can be your, seventh man off the bench. He has had big games. I just, like I said, I don't see it. Outside of those five guys, I said Buddy Hield, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of those five guys, it gets really bad. It gets abysmal.
Yeah.
They got Quinn Post, Trace, Gary Payton second. Really nothing, man. Like nothing. Kuminga's gonna be out of there soon. He's not playing another game for Golden State.
Don't forget my boy Gui Santos, man. Shout out to
They also
Shout out Guy
him.
Santos.
they
It's
also
just a rough team.
Moses Moody.
Moses
I don't
Moody
know
If
if
as
you
well.
brought
they
him
end up
up,
getting
but
Vucevic, like I predicted a Vucevic Kuminga swap, if they get Vuce, puts a band-aid on it, but for the same reasons he's not gonna be on the Bulls anymore would be the same reasons it's not gonna excel in Golden State. He's old, not a premier defender. He'll get you what you need him to get you, but he's not even on the team, so we won't even talk about him as a
yeah,
hypothetical fit too much. That Warriors team is just not good. And they did get hot and they found a little rhythm at the end of the season. They were actually, if y'all remember, the past couple weeks of the year, they were locked in defensively.
they were.
Like
Yeah, they
they
were.
were getting into a lot of 97 to 85 games. Like they were locked in defensively.
And
That's what happens.
I got something to attest to your statement. The Warriors were seventh in defensive rating last year.
They were
So
strapping.
Yeah.
they sit, and they
And they
were
didn't
a
even have
really
Jimmy for the whole
strong.
year,
They were also a really strong rebounding team too. They were
which is
slept on
surprising,
rebounders.
actually.
Yes. Yeah.
I didn't really know that. That's surprising.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're.
So
Those
not much more to
dogs.
say. That's my
Yeah,
that's my 16. I don't know what to expect of them in terms of seeding next year, but I don't think it's going to be that good. They
yeah. I
might
think
they might go back to the play-in, and that's that.
they got him a little low, but I see the reasoning, and I can get behind that. I have him quite high, but we'll get there when we get there.
They
By the
do
way,
have Stephen Curry. I
they
get it.
do. They got Steph. We're all, by the way, we are going to 15, and we will, for the people, we will post 14-1 in a couple of days.
Yeah.
So yeah, just to let you guys know. But my 16 is the Miami Heat, which I think did we all get to the Heat yet?
We all got to the, oh,
They
actually,
were
I
my
don't think I
17.
did.
Oh,
I didn't get
okay, I
there
didn't get
yet.
to the Heat yet, but just quick Heat talk. Chris pretty much said like everything. We know Tyler Hero, 24 a game, insane.
Yep.
I like Wiggins a lot. I like Norman Powell a lot. Should won Most Improved Player is what it is. Went up 10 PPG.
K should have got it.
Who did win that?
It was Dyson
It was
Daniels.
Dyson
It
Daniels.
was Dice. I mean, he had an incredible
He
defensive
deserved
Yeah,
it.
he
year.
did. He's
Yeah.
He
insane.
deserved it.
And then Chris eventually talked about Davion Mitchell, but he is absolutely insane, dude. I like the defensively. I like the jump he did take offensively,
Hmm.
shooting, and just everything. Like he's starting to look like a true point guard, and hopefully become like,
He fits
a
Heat
real
culture
one.
so
He
perfectly.
does.
He really
Just
does.
gritty,
It would have
Yeah.
been nice to
gritty,
see him on those
like
finals
6 foot
teams that they
one
went to.
guard. Yeah. And then we did talk about Kasparas a little bit. But yeah, no,
Hmm.
he's 19 years old, out of Illinois. He's like a 6'6", 6'7" guard. He's insane. I like him a lot. And I like to see what he could do for the Heat. He
Yeah.
showed a lot of flashes, and I think he's developable for sure.
110%.
Yeah, and we
Especially
had,
putting up. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just saying, and we talked about Kalel a little bit, but Kalel wears an absolute monster, and he'll be their starting
Yes.
five.
Superman.
Yeah, he'll be their
Yes.
starting five for the
He's a
future.
I'm
Superman.
really high on Kalel where I want
Yeah,
to see what he does as well. And just a little bit more on Kasparis, like putting up 18, 6, and 5 in college, like that's not easy. Not a lot of people do that. It's really impressive. He's great size at that position. He's going to be versatile. He's going to learn how to play defense very fast, especially playing with the Miami Heat. So I'm excited. I'm excited for him. He's actually one of my favorite rookies that are coming out of the draft this year.
for sure.
Yeah.
That could get right into year 15, Jin. Last one.
For sure. And at my 15, we actually just touched on them, and it is the Golden State Warriors. I actually had them a little bit higher about 4 or 5 hours ago, but just doing some extensive research, it's not, they just don't have it. They have like 9 guys on their roster, and 6 of them can really go for real. So the depth isn't there. Steph Curry is Steph Curry. He's getting older. I'm not saying that to say, oh, he's gonna have a crazy drop off, but it is inevitable. Same thing with Draymond. His progression, I mean, his production will drop. He will still be Draymond, like you guys said, but that's going to drop. Jimmy Butler is an older guy too. He's going into his 16th year, if I'm not mistaken, or 15th year. It,
34 or 35.
nah, for sure. But it's just hard. Like they have good guys, but if it was 5 years ago, maybe. But I'm just not too high on the Warriors. I'm not a big fan of AirPods. Moses Moody has been very disappointing. I really liked him in Arkansas, but he was a great scorer in college, great scorer in high school. I actually watched Moses Moody in high school. He was dope. And he's not showing me what I was expecting. Very
So I could add
underwhelming for
something.
me. Yeah, for sure.
I think he has won, and he is one of the better coaches. I don't think Steve Kerr knows how to manage young players, as we have seen with Kuminga, but it trickles down from there. And I think Modus Moody, you hear me?
Moses Moody.
Moses
Yeah.
Moody is a byproduct of that. I
Yeah.
think they've turned him into more of like a hustle player. They force him to play the four a lot. That's not his natural position.
Yeah.
I think they need a little. I'm not saying get rid of Steve Kerr. I think they need to kind of go hand in hand more with the front office and the lineups of who are we going to get for your system, because we don't have Steph, Clay, and KD anymore. How are
For
we going to
real.
bring these young guys into fitting a new style of basketball?
It's just tough
So it's
because
more than just a lack of roster depth.
yeah, that's all it is. And Steve Kerr is a great coach. We've seen what he's done in his short time as an NBA coach, but like you said, he hasn't really been the best at producing rookies. So
Yeah,
I feel like he's still holding on to like the Steph Curry, Draymond Green, Jimmy Butler thing. He's gonna ride that until the wheels fall off. But until that ship has sailed, I don't see the Warriors doing a lot. They're going to always be scary with Jimmy Butler, Steph Curry, Draymond on the same team, but it's only so much those 3 guys could really do for real. And for that reason, I'm
Buddy
putting
Hield is
them
big
at
for them
15.
too.
Oh
We
my
shouldn't
God. And
we
Buddy
shouldn't leave him
Hield.
out of. I
Oh,
mentioned him, but we
yes.
shouldn't leave him out as much as we
Buddy
are.
Hield is also great. Buddy Hield is phenomenal. He had a great shooting season, but I'm not gonna get too much into it. You hit it on the head for the most part.
Yeah,
I just got him at 15.
solid.
Yeah, that's fair.
My 15, actually, this was my hardest decision. This was like my last minute, like, okay, am I okay with these three? Obviously, we will hear 14 and 13 in the next episode, but I decided with my 15 to go with the Orlando Magic. I
Oh, holy shit!
It
My
was hard, man. It was hard, man. I like Paulo. I like Paulo a lot. I don't even have like a reasoning for them being this low. It's more so the teams above them I have more expectations for. I like what they're doing. I really love what they did.
Why
Franz
are
Wagner,
expectations so low for the Magic? They just got Desmond Bain and
they're
Tyus
not. They're
Jones.
really not. To be
I guess
honest,
we're gonna have to see why
I don't want to
you
leak
have.
my 14, but they could very well be interchanged with the 14, arguably also the 13.
I'm
I
gonna
just,
leak it right now.
I don't
I
know.
got Orlando at 8, so that is uncanny to me that you have them
That
I have
at
quite high
15.
as well.
Yes,
8
so
is kind
that
of wild. I understand because they're in
nah.
the East, but
And they have a
ah,
good team. They were lacking 3-point shooting, and you go and get Desmond Bain, and then you get another floor spacer slash facilitator in Tyus Jones.
yeah, no, they
They,
made great moves. You know how much we love Tyus Jones. Franz
of
Wagner
course,
exceeded everybody's
of
expectations.
course,
He's a solidified number two. Franz is nice, and a lot of people don't really give him that because they don't really know him, but he's nice, bro. Like a
real
solidified. I'm taking him over like a good amount of two options in the NBA, really.
fair. But
But
hey,
I don't see like in my opinion, my top nine, arguably 10, is like no question better than Orlando. Like I wouldn't even debate
wow,
it, but
All right.
Orlando's
hey,
good. I want to see if they can build off
really
what they
good.
did. I want to see what they can if they can build off what they did last year. Y'all know off camera I hate on Desmond Bain all the time as a joke. He is
Yeah,
a
he does
very
not like Desmond Bain.
he is a very good piece for a team. Also similar to a Derek White, a very big flamethrower. If he's on, he's on. I like him. I like the team.
He showed some
I
versatility this year too in Memphis. He had a couple triple doubles. He was on
Yeah,
triple double watch a
all those
couple
years of
times
having
too.
Uh-huh.
half the
So
team missing, having John everybody out, that's really expanded his game.
yeah, but hey,
They got some.
15.
They
That's
got some.
Dang. Yeah,
heavy.
no, that's
Ooh.
quite low. Hopefully the
But
Magic will prove
you
you
can
wrong.
also throw the injury bug on them too. Jalen Suggs misses a lot of time. They don't have
That's
Cole
fair.
Anthony anymore.
That's fair.
You can't
Jonathan
really like
Isaac.
Jonathan
Yeah.
Isaac. Yeah, you can't really say the loss of KCP because they replaced him with Desmond Bain. So that not that they are even, but that evens out in terms of losing a role and putting another guy right in there.
Yep.
I really, like I said, maybe 15 is too harsh, but for this case, it really wasn't intentional. I don't have anything bad to
All
say
right.
about this team.
No, respectable.
Yeah. I think
This is
when
just where I
when
happen to put them.
Yeah, I think when Jaden and I get to the Magic, we could really dissect why we have them there, and like I guess
Yeah.
maybe it's just roster construction or
We
just
didn't mention Anthony
pieces.
Black either.
Hmm.
Yeah, see, we will
Anthony
get
Black is
there
really
when we
good.
Yeah,
have
we'll get there. We'll
those
get there for
guys
sure.
because I like their bench a lot. I like their
A
pieces a lot, but we will
lot.
get there when
Yeah.
they get there, and the Magic will. I think they'll prove you wrong there. But this is
Yeah.
preseason, so it's only time will tell. We'll redo our rankings later on, and we'll see
Hmm.
how
And
much
when
teams
Paulo
have
and when Paulo
improved.
went down, remember when Paulo had 50 and he went down with the oblique tear literally the next game?
Yeah,
They were still winning. They were still winning games without him.
It's a testament
So
all right.
to their roster construction and
yeah,
their deepness. But hey, we're gonna see. Only time will tell, man.
Yeah.
And who you
yeah.
got there?
All right, my 15 to close it out. I have Jaden Spurs at 15. So I might have had him the
Nice.
highest that anyone's had him, I think, unless
You
Chris
got to
has him a
spot
bit
above
higher. Oh,
Nah,
me.
Chris has him a bit
Oh, you
higher.
got him higher? Okay.
Okay,
you
hey,
got
we'll
him
get there when we get there.
quite a bit
Okay,
higher
Chris a bit higher than the Spurs on me, but yeah, we
than the
talked
Spurs
about
fan.
yeah, which I guess is, I mean, yeah,
We'll get
we
there.
see
Being
that
a
for the fan,
realist.
but yeah,
Hmm.
um, the Spurs we talked about pretty much everyone already, so I
Yeah.
don't gotta
Hmm.
say too much. Wemby, I mean,
Wemby.
Wemby's a Wemby.
Wemby.
Absolutely insane. He's like 21, 22, whatever he is.
Going
He's
into year
Just
three.
actually like an actual alien.
he's
Getting called
absurd, bro.
getting called the best prospect since Braun and then actually like doing
Being
that
it, like,
at seven foot
Ben
four.
Simmons. Anyway,
bro,
uh,
Bro, he doesn't count.
bro. This nigga's clickbait, rage band.
And then yeah, Jaden talked about Carter Bryant a lot. And
Yep.
no, I was being
yeah.
like, nah, it's all right.
And then Stephon Castle, we also talked about great rookie year. Won the rookie of the year. They could go back to back to back with rookie of the years. When we get to our award predictions, we'll see who we got there.
Low key. I
Yeah,
didn't even
right.
really
I
realize
I
that.
want to
Low key,
since
they
we're
could.
on the Spurs right now, I just want to point out Wemby played 46 basketball games and
And
led the NBA in
bro,
fucking blocks. That is and
by
not
like
to make it even
40,
crazier
by like
and
40, bro.
to make it easy even crazier in his rookie year when he played 71 games, he had 254 blocks. Like this is
Insane.
probably going to be the greatest rim protector we have
Of all
ever
time.
seen.
Insane.
He was 20 and 21 years old putting up numbers like this. I don't even
Insane.
know. And that's
I believe Brooke Lopez was second this year, and he had like 40 or 50 less blocks than him playing.
absurd.
And I think he played like 77 games or some shit. Like it might have
Insane,
been
dude.
80.
His
I know
two-way
he played.
ability is just unmatched. Unfucking matched.
It's gonna be scary.
1,100 points in 46 games. You
And the
can't
fact that they're
teach this.
building a good roster and identity around him this early is why I was kind of surprised you guys to have them so low. But
Yeah, but
It's
as
I
I
guess
just
said,
it's also going into this season,
like into
not for the future.
long. If you're talking long term, like in 5 years, I would have them as a top three team in the NBA.
Yeah, if we're talking
I
for
think I think by stats they could end up being in the top 10 to 13 of every stat, like points,
yeah,
rebounds,
Yeah. Oh,
defense,
with
yeah.
yeah, and it's just health for
steals.
Wemby. Like
Yeah.
Wemby is coming back from injury, and hopefully he doesn't get any
But it was
more injury
I don't
bugs or
know.
anything
It
crazy.
is an injury, but that it's a different like he had blood clots. It's not like he had knee problems or
Yeah,
hip
that is
problems
But
true.
like
once
another big guy
those
would.
once those show up, it is kind of
Oh no,
scary. That's
it's
what.
arguably worse, but it's not like an
Yeah.
injury where it's like wear
Yeah,
and tear on the
and he's
body. You know
also
what I'm saying?
7'5",
7'5",
so those
bro.
things
Yeah.
happen, and it's hard to be big when you're 7'5", as in weight.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
I mean, we just need one to be on the floor at all times. But I do have two more things to say about the Spurs, and then we can wrap it up.
Go ahead.
But my favorite move of the entire offseason, literally the entire offseason, was Luke Kornet to the Spurs.
110%.
Literally my favorite move.
Yep.
And I don't
Can
like
we
the
get a why?
Celtics.
Yeah.
I don't like the Celtics, but Luke Kornet is a dog, dude. He's a good center. He
Incredible.
used to be just a spot up big man shooter. That's what he was.
Shooting 40 from three in the G League. Nigga, he
Yeah,
was letting that bitch
that's what he
go.
was.
Like,
And then he goes to the
yeah.
Celtics and he just transitions into just an all around solid big.
Yep.
Stopped really letting the threes go, and now he's just a good big. Like he had that crazy playoff game against the Knicks with like 6 blocks.
Yo, bro.
Insane game.
Holy.
It's
Do they
like,
have
dude,
another big
what?
on the roster, San Antonio? Or it's just them
Um,
Um,
two?
I
there
I
might be
think
one
Like
more.
a
Bismack
notable
might
one?
Oh,
still be
Bismack might be
there.
there, but I'm not
Yeah,
sure
Bismack is there.
if he'll get too much
Yeah, he's not playing.
play.
Kelly Olynyk, another one.
Oh, Kelly, yeah.
Yep.
Mhm. I knew they had one more guy they picked up.
Yeah, Kelly should get
Yeah,
some run as well over there.
for sure. No
Yeah,
Bismack.
so
He's gone now.
Oh, he's gone. All right, yeah.
Yep.
But Cornette is I think he's gonna fit right in as the backup
Oh,
big and
110%.
yeah, for
but
sure.
spoiler alert for the
Love
viewers,
that.
I got the Spurs way higher than that for foreshadowingly obvious reasons, but we'll see when we get there.
Yeah.
For sure.
And then one more thing is they lost our guy and fan favorite in San Antonio, Sandro Mamukelashvili,
Sandro, man.
which he didn't really play. He did fry the Knicks that one night, like
Yo,
19, whatever it was. He's going crazy.
bro, you
Hmm.
gonna miss.
Yeah. And he actually is a fan favorite in San Antonio. They all love them
Yeah,
there, and it
he
was
got a little
sad when
bag
they
on him. He could
left.
hoop.
Now he's in
Damn,
Toronto, which
I
maybe he'll
heard.
play. Hopefully he does, but yeah, no,
I mean,
I
they got
feel
rid of
bad.
Boucher. They really don't have a big over there, so maybe he
Yeah.
will.
And just a little bit more on the Spurs. A sneaky pickup that we got that I'm a fan of is your former Thunder, Lindy Waters the third. We got a real life Ooter in Lindy Waters over there. So coming off the bench, we have so much floor spacing, and we also have Jordan McLaughlin as a guard. So he doesn't need to do a whole lot of scoring. Get downhill, find your shooters. They'll
Yeah.
knock it down for you. I'm very confident in what this team can do. I like it. I like
And
it.
you can't even help out on the perimeter so much because you have Victor Wembanyama down there. Like,
Like, bro,
gonna
they're
be some
they're they're
They're
crazy
gonna
gonna
be
shit.
they're
a
gonna be
really good
fun,
team.
man.
Yes, they are.
And although Pop isn't the coach anymore, he is still some sort of, coach on the
Factor.
team.
I think he is the president of basketball
Yeah, I
operations
think he's
now.
president. Yeah, something like
Yeah.
that. I think he'll be either working from home or working from the facilities, but he won't be out on the court anymore.
Fair.
But
Shout out
yeah,
Pop, still doing it.
yeah,
Yes,
Pop's
sir.
Pop's a goat.
All
Yeah,
right,
But
so
no,
you
hey,
ready to
I
close it
think
out?
that's it, man. You want to
that's gonna
sit? You want to close
conclude.
it out, Jaden?
No, I don't mind closing out. That's definitely gonna conclude 30 to 15. We're probably gonna try and get 14 to 1 out by Monday, maybe Tuesday. But this was a whole lot of fun. I really enjoyed hearing the takes, pleading my cases, and we got a whole lot more for y'all. This is only the start of something amazing. I appreciate y'all tuning in if y'all tuned in. And let's keep going. Let's keep working. We here to go to work.
Yep.
Let's fucking work, man.
Let's
Absolutely.
do
Let's
it.
go.
Just
Hey,
unbiased, weighing the scale and making our opinions,
that's
Yes,
it.
sir.
And
That's
make
all it's
sure
about.
to follow the Instagram, follow TikTok, follow the Twitter.
All socials
Yep. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Give us a like. We'll be out on the podcast sites hopefully soon. We'll see how that works, but
and
we'll
more
figure
short
Yes,
that
form
sir.
out.
content coming.
Yeah,
We will
short
be on
form will be
TikTok
coming.
and YouTube Shorts and everything.
So yeah,
Lastly, yo, if y'all love brims, shop Z5 shop right now. Great brims. Only new colorway coming very soon. We got a Phoenix
that's
Sun
tough.
colorway.
That's
So y'all
tough.
already know the vibes, man. I appreciate y'all. We gonna keep working and we gonna see y'all.
Let's do it.
This guy. Let's go.